Hello, hello, my friends. How's it going? Welcome. Welcome to the stream. I hope y'all are doing well. Um, I love putting on, now that I've figured it out, I love putting on that music and doing like the starting soon thing because I got when I first started streaming, which mind you was not that long ago. But I got those like starting soon, be right back, stream is ending, and also my alerts. If you watch the stream we did on Wednesday, was the speed friending event with Cat Liente, where I got to meet all those new friends and people. Those alerts that were going off, I got all that stuff like custom made. By a lovely artist on Fiverr, and I wanted it gothy and spooky because y'all know me, that's my vibe. And so when I finally figured out how to put like the music over top of it, I was like, yes, now it feels complete with like I can put the screens up and the music up and yay, yay, yay. Now granted, when I'm on here, or at least when we start the Monday streams, I gotta take that music off because we do our episodes for YouTube, and so I want to have the ability for our lovely editor Mordecus to put in their own music. Um, Hi, how you doing? Imagine socializing. No, I don't think you could, it's I will say y'all were lovely to meet, and I will say this straight off the bat. I'm a loud bitch, and I'm a very like forceful bitch as well. So it was very nice to meet people like y'all, because there were a lot of quiet folks who were very sweet, but there was also people like you and me, and I think I'm okay to say this, who are loud, and we are about it, and we don't shut the fuck up, and it was so nice. Exactly. It was so nice to meet other people who had that kind of energy, because sometimes I always feel bad because I feel like I'm the person in the room who's like, hi, hello, hi. Exactly. Loud and forceful are the words I like to use. I love them for myself. And I always feel bad because especially like nerds tend to be, it's so true. It was genuinely great to meet everyone, especially like meeting everyone of like diverse backgrounds, like other queer folk. Meeting them were awesome because I was like, oh, I do not feel alone. I was like, oh my, other queer people, yay. So that was really, really nice. And I loved meeting like people who, because there are most folks who do this kind of stuff, don't necessarily make the content that I make. So it was nice to meet people who make other content. Because I don't want to know, I probably shouldn't call it an influencer, but being like a content creator or a live streamer in that sense, I feel like everybody else is better at it than me because y'all do like such good little niches, and I'm over here like trying to reach a mass audience that doesn't know what acting is while also being an actor. It's like a weird little section I put myself in, but y'all are so lovely to meet because you guys feel like you know what you're doing. Okay. Okay, but like, see, no, Ava, this is why you had the best energy on the planet, because I remember you hopping in our call because we were sitting there chatting. I remember you hopping in our call, and I went, I like this bitch. Like, you were god tier energy. And you might not know what content you make, but honestly, I feel like that could be your thing. Because I guarantee people watch you for your personality. Because I was sitting in that call talking to you being like I was watching a stream. I was so entranced. I was like, yes, keep going. I will watch you and listen to you for like hours. Like, yes. Bro, that's all I gotta say. It's so funny sometimes because I swear out my ass, and I think you mentioned you swear a lot and stuff too. So sometimes I have to catch myself because I don't want to make people uncomfortable. So I was glad that you were like, nah, call me whatever. And I was like, dope. Because I swear so much to where I'm like not Australian, right? Where they say like cunt and bitch and shit like that, but in a friendly way. I'm not Australian, but I do that. Like, there aren't really swear words besides slurs, but fuck slurs. We don't do that shit. But like, there aren't swear words that are bad to me. all swear words, if I call somebody else like a bitch or something, is a positive thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and some people ain't with it, and that's okay. Literally, like, and that's one of those things is like, I have worked as a couple of different like 9 to 5 style things. And the one thing I always say, because the universe, I'm gonna say this phrase, and for folks who understand my personality, I'm not being creepy with this. The universe throws children at me. Swear words earn their bad connotation from the way they're used. That's correct. This is correct. Because queer used to be bad. And we were like, no, motherfucker, not anymore. And gay used to not be bad. So, like, you're 100% correct. 100% correct. But the universe throws children at me. And this whole roundabout to swearing, what I was talking about, or trying to get to, is that it keeps wanting me... Oh, you probably get it a lot. Oh my God, children love tall people. They love to just be like, and then they just don't say anything, and they kind of go like wide-eyed, and I love watching children go crazy, because children don't usually mean harm by it. If they're young enough, they don't mean harm by it. But like, the universe keeps wanting me to work with children, and I am very good with children. I'm not afraid of saying that. But I swear, and I don't have a filter. Whatever my neurospicy is, it doesn't have a filter. So, like, I will say absolutely anything and everything, and there will just be children. And I'll be like, I would get fired for saying that. Like, your partner has alopecia, so she's bald, so children just stare at us half the time. Oh my God. See, listen, I feel like that simultaneous, it would suck if it was adults, right? So like, on your partner's half, that sucks ass if that's like grown-ass adults staring, because fuck those people. But children, you're like a unicorn to them in a good way. Like, children see something that's new and different, and they're like, right? And they don't mean harm. They don't necessarily mean good or bad. They're just like, whoa. And I think that's dope. So I hope you guys get a kick out of it. Because I love it. I love when I'm only in baby like goth today, but sometimes I wear all my chains and shit. I can't wear my earpieces because I use these headphones when I'm in the booth. But I usually do my nails like long black coffins and stuff. And so when I go full get up, I love children who are just like, why are you wearing black? Like, I have my little cousin, I love her to death. I always have to remind her that my favorite color is black, because she'll be like, Rachel, you're a girl. Which, we'll get to that conversation eventually, because I'm not, but that's okay. And she was like, you should wear like pink. Pink is a girl's color. And I was like, no, I like black. Remember, people can like other colors. Adults also stare at you. I'll be walking here. I'll be walking by, hear someone whisper to their friend, like, oh shit, he's so tall. So I just always respond, yup, 6'10". Need to do your nails. That's fair. Okay, I have to ask. Right? When you say, yes, 6'10", please tell me you just put on, like, the lowest voice you have, and you're just like, yo, I'm 6'10". Like, I love those videos of, like, people being like, oh, who is she? And then, like, the person turns around and goes, hi, my name's Jared. Like, I fucking love the queers. Oh my God. Shit like that makes me so happy. Oh my God. Also with the nails, I need to start doing them again. I used to do, like, press-ons and stuff, because I am someone who will, like, bite and pick at them, so that's why I wear fake nails, but I can't do, like, the acrylics and stuff because it won't stop me from messing with them. So glue-on nails theoretically stop me because they cover everything up. Eventually I'll get to them and get them off. But glue's pretty strong. So I usually use the glue-on, like, black coffiny nails, and then I sort of sever them down because I can't stand them being long. It drives me crazy, like, not being able to touch my fingertips together. Oh, I hate that. But I hurt my thumb like a month or so, probably longer than a month. I hurt my thumb like a month or so ago, and it still gives me like I can use it now, but it still gives me like pain sometimes, so I hesitate to put things back on there because I don't want to cause too much pressure. No, I just say it so offhanded and catch them off guard. They go, oh shit. As they should. As they should. That's more akin to those videos of the TikTok trend that's like listening to people talk shit about me in a language they don't realize I understand, and then you turn around and talk in that language and they're all like deer in headlights. I love shit like that. Oh my god. That shit's amazing. Yeah, I can't do it. Like, more power to the bitches who can do like giant ass bejeweled, like tapping things from 6 feet away. If you can do those types of nails and genuinely that's your shit and somehow you can still function, I'm so proud of you and I support you. Like 5 bajillion%. I wish I could be that bitch. But I'm not a nails bitch. I'm a little, let me file them all the way back down and get my little nail. I don't even put designs on them. In fact, the type that I use, I specifically only use them. They're some random knockoff company from Amazon. But I specifically only use them because with black and nails, if you're gonna like paint your own nails or literally any kind you can find, they're always glossy. And glossy, whatever, gloss is fine on some things. I like matte. I wear basically caked on lipstick that's black. It's very matte. Same with the eye. I like the matte colors. I don't like the gloss. And so the only black matte nails I have ever found is this knockoff product on Amazon. So that's the kind I buy. If you can, I could not. Yup. Type too much and play guitar. Oh, you play guitar? No way. Wait, are you like, I gotta ask. Are you like, what's her name? The bitch who got canceled. Are you like Colleen Ballinger ukulele style, like acoustic guitar, singing ballads? Or are you like electric rocking out style shit? I gotta know. I have to know. Because I'm about to make fun of you so hard. No, I'm joking. I won't make fun of you. I might, but I won't make fun of you. I can't play instruments. But I have to know. I have to know what genre you play, whether you're like acousticy or rock bandy or ballady. Like, are you an Ed Sheeran? That kind of jazz. I always am fascinated by people who can play instruments. I wish I could play a fucking instrument. I'm just not musically attuned, so to speak. Can't sing for the life of me. Play fingerstyle guitar acoustic. You like acoustic because you're a little acoustic yourself. Okay. I'm not gonna commentate on it. As far as I'm concerned, you have the right to say that. I don't, as far as I know. I don't go to doctors, so I'm not diagnosed with shit. I got something, but I don't get diagnosed with shit. But that's a joke. But acoustic style guitar. Okay, so you don't even use a guitar pick. You're like straight up doing it like that. Okay, I got you. Yeah, I'm not musically inclined. Do I love to like sing and shit? Yes. I know you say you can't sing, but like everybody can sing. We just don't sound good. So I love to like sing and shit. I love emo punk, obviously. But I've never been able to play instruments. I can't hear music. I can't read music. I tried for like a month when I was in grade school because they wanted you to pick like an extracurricular, and I didn't want to do anything because I'm not a physical kid. So I was like, I ain't playing no fucking sports. So they tried to put me in like learning band instruments, and I couldn't do it. Yeah, I just could not do it. I don't know. And I tried drums. I ended up on drums, and the reason why I ended up on drums and I still couldn't do it is because I'm not musically talented. But the thing was, I went to like a little baby Catholic school, and so their options for instruments were whatever you could get your hands on, right? And so you would go to the local too expensive store to rent an instrument to go learn band. Well, the problem with that is when you're at little baby school and you have only little baby place to rent, there's only really the set big instruments that you can choose from. So that's the flute, it's the drums, it's the, what is that? The trumpet, the clarinet, because you're like a kid. And I don't even think we had guitar. We might have had guitar, but I don't know if we did. But it was mostly like that kind of stuff, because it was baby Catholic school, so it was also, what would you play in the choir, right? What instrument would you play in a choir? That's the type of instruments you could pick from. Well, what I'm getting to, the point here is, the problem with almost all the instruments I named, except for drums, is they're all wind instruments. Okay, what's wrong with wind instruments? So, as a kid, some types of guitars are harder to play depending on wire gauge. I don't even know what wire gauge is. Does that mean like girth? Like thickness? Like, I don't know what that is. But I fully believe you. I don't even think we had the choice of guitar, genuinely. I think it was like clarinet, trumpet, flute, and drums were like the only options. Because it was choir instruments. And you don't usually do guitars and choirs. But the problem with wind instruments, for me, is I have 9 fingers. I don't have 10. So what they realized is, we don't know how to teach you string gauge. Thicker strings take stronger pressure to push down. Oh, okay. Okay, I understand. That makes sense. Yeah, if you've got little kid baby hands, that's going to be difficult to play. I've always had little baby hands. They're not too small. They're about regular height. Height? What? Rachel? What? The regular size, thank you. But yeah, I have 9 fingers. See, we can count them. But it meant that none of the teachers knew how they could teach me an instrument where I needed 10 fingers to move them and cover all of the holes, because I literally, physically could not cover all of the holes because I didn't have the fingers. And so they were like, well, you cannot play a wind instrument. It's literally not possible. And I was like, cool, excellent. So I have to play the drums. That's okay. I like rock shit. I'll play the drums. Couldn't read music, couldn't do it. But like, even them trying to teach me to read music, couldn't do it. Couldn't keep in time with the beat, nothing. Your fingies are regular height. I know, right? I'm like, wait, what did I say? What were the words out of my mouth? But yeah, this happened with a lot of shit. It's the same reason that I'm a 2-finger typer. Yeah, I can't do it. It doesn't make any sense to me. I went to fucking musical theater college, and I could never read music. I can't do it. I can't hear pitch. I can't stay in tune. They say that being tone deaf is not a real thing. Like, genuinely, they're like, tone deaf doesn't exist. But I beg to differ, because I think maybe that's your girl. But yeah, it's some crazy shit. I found out a lot of things. So I'm a two-finger typer like this, because when they went to, because I'm young enough that when I was in grade school and probably elementary school, exactly, when I was in elementary school, they had computer classes, because I'm young enough for that. And so we would go in at like 8, 9 years old and learn how to type. And then you would get, once you finish your typing, right, then you get to play like cool math games. But they would have typing things, and they would have sheets, and you'd have to follow the sheet, and you'd have to follow the rules. Yours was middle school. Okay, yeah, mine was like elementary into middle school, because I think I was like 3rd or 4th grade, so it was a little bit before middle school. But you'd go in, they have the sheets, they try to teach you how to type. Hell yeah, Grandma! Your grandma's killing if they're teaching you how to type at 6, 7. Hell yeah! She knew the future. She was like, you're gonna need this one day. And she was right. Good for her. They used to try and teach me. They didn't try and teach me at all. I'm not joking. They didn't. This is perks of being the weird kid. Is they straight up, I was like, hi, I can't do the math. You know how in math, they want you to do it a very specific way, and if you didn't do it the right way, even though you got the right answer, it was incorrect? That's how they were with typing, because that's how everything was that age. So they were like, oh, you have to do it this way, and your hand sits here on the... They didn't try to teach me, because they were like, your fingers have to sit here, and then you move these specific fingers to hit these specific keys, and that's the way you have to do it. And I was like, hi, little 7, 8-year-old, 9-year-old me literally was like, hi, I don't have that finger. So what am I supposed to put on that key? And what should I use instead of that finger? Like, how do I do it? They straight up were like, oh, you just can't. We can't teach you. Sorry, you'll just have to figure it out. Straight up. And this went on for years because you learn how to type for like several years. Before you, at least for me, before you get into like school where you're supposed to be doing your own work and teachers don't help you anymore. Literally refused to help me. And to the point where like they did not even come to check if I had done my typing homework. I would just be on Cool Math Games the whole time because I couldn't do it. Like, so that to this day is why I type like this. It's because they refused to teach me. They were like, we don't know. I was like, okay. Which I think also is why I hurt my thumb like a month ago, is because of doing it this way. I type like this, where I literally pull my thumbs up and out of the way. And so it strains them when I'm streaming for too long. Because I used to do like 6-hour streams when I first started, before I started watching Kat. And she was like, don't do that. On her like little advice thing, she's like, the streams won't help you. You gotta do other content. I was like, oh. But I used to do like 6-hour streams. And so I think I hurt my thumb because I would constantly be typing like that. Yeah, it is crazy. It is crazy. But you know, that's what happens when you're the little weird kid at the little Catholic schools. That's okay. It is how it is, you know? But it's funny. It leaves me for some fun things. I also, the fun ones about it, I don't know if other people find this fun. I find it fun. The fun things that come with 9 fingers, I do 6 to 7 hour streams on the weekends mostly. That makes sense. Because you've got the time for them, right? You're not at work, I would assume. I assume you're working Monday through Friday, like traditional 9 to 5. So it makes sense to do on weekends. I'll have to catch you on a weekend then. I don't stream on the weekends. Sunday I try to do short form content because I fucking hate short form content. I hate making short form content I hate editing with every fiber of my being. So I try to sit down Sunday and make a whole Sunday of just making D&D TikToks and any sort of editing and things like that. Work 7 days a week, but don't do as much work on the weekend. You work every single day of the week? Holy shit. Yeah, I would make short form clips for my Twitch stream. The problem is that I'm really bad at editing. You're a PhD student. Yeah, but like, wouldn't that mean you should work less if you're a PhD student because you gotta do school? I'm confused on how that works. How does that work? Explain that to me. Please. I'll have to pop in on Saturdays though for your streams. Oh, I love that. I'll have to pop in on Saturdays though for your streams because I will warn you, I'm a bit of a lurker. I chat for a little bit and then I kind of like put people on in the background because they told me schoolwork is for the evenings or weekends. Research work always comes first. Schoolwork is for the evenings or weekends. Research work always comes first. Okay, wait. So, your job wants you to work. Yeah, lurkers are amazing, to be honest. Lurkers are lovely. I love lurkers. So your job wants you to work 7 days a week. And then on top of that, you have school. That's what you're saying? And that's why it's like a lot of shit. Like you don't get any days off? That's my assumption here, is what is occurring. Oh, your job is the research. Okay, so they're paying you to go get a PhD. My sister was doing a bit of that when she went for her master's. Is that the case where they're paying you to get a PhD as long as you like do work for them? That would make the most sense to me as a research assistant. Yeah, you're a smart person, right? I'm sorry. As I was saying it, I realized that sounded so awful. I don't mean it like that. I remember you. I really, really bad memory, but I remember you talking about something you did or you currently do that's like sciencey or like really smart person work. That's not like the arts and the creative, because my shit's dumb. I don't gotta be smart to do this. Like, unable to be employed outside of research work, so they pay you a salary, tuition, fees, and health insurance. Yeah, okay, so it is kind of what I was thinking then. Because I know folks who would do that for their masters. Is the school would be like, hey, we'll pay you to go get your masters by giving you these things. Yeah, pharmaceutical sciences. Okay, because I remember you talking, and I remember your energy, and I remember your look, and I remembered you, and then I remember you talking about something about being like, yeah, I'm getting this or that in some sort of science thing. And every time someone that is like quirky or is more on my side of the realm, where you're a little like loud, you're a little odd, you're queer, whatever, says that they do sciencey things, which mind you is so common in like the nerd community and the queer community. So like more power to these folks. But like, and to you specifically to you. It's super common, but for some reason my brain is always like, every nerd must be an art person. And so when you said you were doing something smart, I was like, oh my god, a smart person, I gotta leave. Like, hello, I am in Delta of Parnaíba, Brazil. Whoa! Yo, hello. How do you pronounce your name, my friend? Do you prefer to be called TV or Duval? Or TV Duval? And it's good to meet you. Thank you for stopping in. We're chatting a little bit about the work that Ava does. They're a student and a PhD person. You are more than welcome to join us on maybe what you do and your cool things. Yeah, hello. I love emojis, by the way. So thank you, TV, for using the little heart smiley emoji, because, like, genuinely, I'm one of those people who I will, like, type official emails, and I will end them without thinking with, like, sparkle emoji and black heart emoji, because I'm a little goth. So black heart emoji and smiley emoji and hug emoji, and I'll put them all throughout, like, my official professional emails. And then I go back to read them and I go, oh no. Because I want to live in a universe where you can put emojis and smiles and things like that in official communication. I think, especially as somebody who doesn't read very well over text, I get told a lot that I am insensitive over text. Like, I come off that way. Because you don't have my tone of my voice, that text versions of the way that I speak can come off very not good sometimes. So I often like to throw in emojis and stuff, and I have to remember to take them out, unfortunately, when I'm talking to a higher person in a higher status. But one day, I hope that I will be that person in a higher status, and I can literally be like, everyone who messages me, I want you to put in your emojis, I want you to put in little smiles, I want you to put in, like, funny descriptors, use parentheses, like, everything. Because I like feeling emotion through text like that. I have to go back through each of my emails to count the amount of exclamation points I use, because I use them so often. Ava, you are so correct. Oh my god. The amount of times I'll go with my exclamation points. Oh my goodness, I feel that pain. But it's like, I read text and I write text, and it's so devoid of emotion. It has a lack of emotion, and it makes me very sad. And it also can sometimes set off the anxiety brain when I get, like, no emotion emails, because the anxiety brain goes, oh no, there's no emotion in this. That must mean automatically that they are mad at you, or that they're angry. Okay, thank you, Ava. Go ahead and lurk. I'm probably gonna move forward into the purpose of the stream, which is for the next episode of voice acting. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. Yes, anxiety brain. But yeah, I'll push forward. Thank you. Feel free to lurk. Feel free to leave. Do whatever you need. I appreciate you, Ava. And TV, if you're still here, I appreciate you too. Feel free to lurk. Okay, so let's go on to our voice acting. So, for today, we actually have an interesting piece to work with today. Let me take you guys over there so you can see the drawing. Okay, so this is our art piece that we are working with today. It's kind of like eerie, it's a little scary, it's a little unsettling. This piece of work is called The Council of Computers. It's by an artist named Grave, pronouns he, him. Their name for you to go look them up is gravemud.art. No spaces or anything like that, all lowercase. From Instagram. So you can go look him up and check out his other art. He does a lot of work like this where it's kind of supernatural and a little, like the color palettes are a little unnerving and they put you off on a foot where you're like, ooh, ooh, ooh. He does a lot of artwork in this vein. So if you're not a fan of more scary, horror-ish things, just a fair warning for that. Personally, me being a little goth punk girly, I love this kind of art. And the weirder it is, the better it is to me. Especially when it comes to characters. Because for folks who don't know, I love doing creature voices. So we're going to get a bit of that today when we do this voice in a few minutes here. Where we can do a bit of an AI twist on it. We can do a bit of a robotic spin. Now, I'm not going to put a fake filter on it, simply because that's hard to do in the moment, but I do know how to do an AI robot voice, so we will be doing that. But for my little YouTube intro, we'll go ahead and do that now. So hello to my folks who are watching this on YouTube. This is another episode of Voicing Artists Original Characters. Today we're working with a piece by Grave, or gravemud.art, and it's called The Council of Computers. Okay, so let's get into this. Now, because this artist doesn't necessarily create characters in the traditional sense, like when we create D&D characters, or we create OCs, if a lot of artists will create original characters for their own comics or their own stories, or even things that we write, right? When we write books and fan fiction and things like that, we create our own stories, our own D&D characters for role play. This artist doesn't really do those things. They are more of a concept artist, or a piece artist, where you make a piece, you go to the next one. You make a statement piece, you go to the next one. And I love playing with art like this in my voice acting series because it presents automatically from the bottom, get-go, step one, a challenge. Because how do you take an art piece that has an official title, isn't a character, doesn't even have a name, let alone a background, let alone a history, let alone anything? How do you take that and create a whole personality and voice and feeling around it when none of that exists and none of that existed when the piece was being created? So we're going to have a challenge on our hands today, but I am so excited for this challenge. I love it. So, because it is that way, and we don't have any notes from the artist about maybe what they were thinking or what the piece represents, I am going to give you what I see in this piece here. Now, the first thing I see is, of course, if we actually look at the drawing, we see it's a bunch of computer monitor screens with wires coming out of everywhere, sort of jumbled together. Not very good cable management skills, okay? And all or most of the faces that are in red are smiling. There are a few that aren't, but most of the front-facing ones are. We can see some hidden ones that are a little bit darker on the insides that are kind of straight-faced. And then we have 4 at the top that are in white, that are showing very different faces from the rest of the red monitor images. We also see, if you notice, these cables that come from this big amalgamation of monitors is attached to the rib cage and goes inside of this skeletal body. So it's almost as if these wires are hooking up into this skeleton in order to form a makeshift and not quite right facade of a human. Because it's got the bones, it's got the ribs, it's got the structure, but it's made out of cables and technology and lifeless, devoid of emotion, very cold way of viewing the connections that we have to maybe our emotions or our appearance or our bodies and our systems. That's something that I pick up heavily here. So let me give you a few of the adjectives and things of that nature that I wrote down. So when we're talking about this sort of facade, all of these monitors with their red, smiling, matching faces, it gives me a pretense or a veneer, a guise, a veil of emotion. Like, I smile like a human smiles. I feel like a human feels. That sort of fake onset of what we would think emotions are if you were an alien looking in and didn't quite understand it and didn't quite grasp it. There's an emotion there, but it's very, very, very fake. There's no deep energy. There's no context. It's just the outer bounds of when humans are happy, they smile. And this should be our default state. And it's cold and it's kind of scary to see it in that way. And it's really, it comes off to me as mimicry. Like the AI is trying to mimic what it believes these emotions are. As if it putting on the physical face of what you look like when you're happy will then force its body, in quotes, to feel the emotion of happy. Sort of how when we are upset or sad or things of those natures on the inside, we are told, and you will often see people say, fake it till you make it. And that you should act happy and do physical things and put on the smile and put on your best clothes and do all these things that make your body and the outside appearance of you to the outside world be perceived as happy so that it can sort of train or force your inside brain into that happy state. Now, whether or not that works, that's of your opinion. I think sometimes physical changes and doing things that are associated with certain emotions, physically or externally, can cause those emotions to then be stirred inside mentally. But I don't think it's always the case. Some things are stronger on the inside than you have control over. But that is sort of what we're going for with this art piece here. So, I would also say some of the other things I've noted here is the word counsel. So what do I mean when I say counsel? I don't mean like I counsel you and your emotions or thoughts. Like, I don't mean a school counselor. No. I mean counsel as in an assembly or a board of people, implying some sort of higher intelligence. Maybe each computer has a higher intelligence as a conglomerate. So, in other words, it's not each one of these monitors is their own brain. Each one of these monitors is their own person. Each one of these monitors has their own thoughts and feelings and controls. I think each one of these monitors, since all the cables and cords hook back up to a mainframe skeletal system, I think all of these monitors act as one brain, as one AI, as one unit. They are a conglomerate. It's one body, system, being, whatever you want to call it, that is controlled by a bunch of little different outputs that have to be in union, or essentially everything's going to short circuit. So that's one of the reasons I titled this live stream Hive Mind, is because there is one brain that is sort of communicating to everything, but all of those individual pieces that it's communicating to are still technically their own independent units. We could take it like Baldur's Gate 3 for an example, where you have all like the Illithids. It's one of those things where there is a hive mind. There is a big boy brain that is like, we all need to do these things. We all think this way. This is how we blah, 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 blah. Of course we believe this. But each one of those individual units technically could rebel against it. Technically could be like, wait a second, I don't think that. But they've been ingrained. They have been, what's the word I'm looking for? Manipulated into the cult. They believe just like everybody else believes, and so all their thoughts kind of mesh and mold and are the same. So that's sort of what I mean by one brain, but not technically one brain, but kind of one brain, because what I want to play with is the idea that these 4 monitors at the top, with the Z's for possibly sleeping or tired, the smiley face with the little power symbols in the eyes, the sad face with the big old eyeballs and the little sad smile, and the almost angry or apathetic face at the end. I really like the concept that these 4 aren't a part of this hive mind in the way that they don't agree. They are a part of the hive mind, right? Because all of these are together, so they're all connected to the one brain. They can't just split off and go do their own thing. That's not how this works. But they're all individual units. So these 4 don't act, they don't think, maybe they don't even agree with the rest of how the unit thinks and functions and agrees. And so here's what I'm thinking. I want to play with the concept that these top 4 are maybe the original AI prototypes of this being creature system. And so what was happening when this original group was created is they were trying to give specific sort of emotions. They were trying to replicate human emotions inside of this AI, this computer-like being. And so each one of these 4 monitors represents an emotion. The problem is that they represent their emotion and their emotion only. So it's incredibly, heightened, but that's not the word I want. It's to the extremes. I can't think of what the word is. But what I'm trying to say is these emotions are at the extreme of what it could be. Because it kind of goes haywire. You try to teach an AI an emotion and uh-oh, too much, too fast. Now it's all it is. It's just like the angry one is angry. And the happy one is happy. And it's like really, really powerful. And it caused a lot of problems. And it made it so that the AI wasn't able to function rationally. It would be controlled in every which way, pulled and pushed and dragged by these different really strong emotions. And so for the next set of hundreds of computer AIs that got added to this system came the red faces, where all of the emotion that they had tried to put in with these original white faces had been stripped. The rest of these AI have absolutely no emotions in them whatsoever. It is pure function, rationality, robot, no emotion. But they still have to coexist with the 4 that are way too extreme. And so it creates this hive mind dynamic of like, don't listen to those losers, blah, 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 blah. We have hundreds of us, there's only 4 of them, so they can't do anything anyways. And the 4 of them are like, shut up, right? And that's what I want to play with, because I think it's going to create a very fun dynamic. I will also say, when I say extremes of the four emotions that we're going to play with, I'm thinking like how Inside Out, the movie is, where you like have the happy and the angry and the sad and the envy, and I think there's more in the new movie. And they're controlling like their own individual emotions, and they're all kind of like extreme, that's the word I wanted. They're all exaggerated versions of the emotion. That's how I'm thinking of those four. And then the rest is just like, do not listen to them. They are failed prototypes. That's my idea. So we're gonna run with it. So let's get a little water and then let's get started. Okay. We're gonna get started here. So, normally in these episodes, we have a 3 emotion process. So we do happy, angry, and sad emotions, and that is sort of where we roll from. Now in this case, with this picture, we have those 4 top ones that I was talking about. However, I think we can do happy, angry, sad, and maybe just sort of avoid the sleepy, tired one, just because that's a hard one to do with dialogues. Because often if you're doing a sleepy, sort of tired, or exhausted emotion, the gimmick or the joke is that they're asleep and you constantly have to like wake them up. And usually like it's Snow White style, where Drowsy is like asleep all the time. Or I think the Smurfs have one where the joke is that people like poke them with their elbow and they'll be like, what? I'm awake. And that's kind of all they say, and then they immediately go back to sleep. So that's a very hard one to create dialogue for, because they often don't have dialogue. That's not the point of the joke. So we're going to do our 3 emotions with those other 3 white top monitors. That's what we're going to do. So we're going to start with happy. So let's pull over here for a second. Okay. I like that happy has these little like almost power buttons for eyes. I really like that. I think it sort of creates a unique dynamic of reminding you that it's like AI robot material, but he's smiley and he's happy. I think I might do just a general neutral line of the rest of the system. Actually, I think I will, because I think I have an idea for the system in general. So no emotions yet. This is the rest of our monitor computer system with no emotions. Remember, it was stripped so that they could function rationally and be the perfect life form. That's probably what I'm going to say exactly. We're going to give that a shot. Let's see if I can get to that AI voice and give it a go. Here we go. Oh, I don't like where this is sitting, actually. Let me bring that down just a little bit. That's a little better. Okay, here we go. Welcome. We are Unit 7543. We are one mind, one body. We are the ultimate life form. Please disregard anything you hear the failed prototypes say. They are not worthy of being a part of our system. But we cannot remove them, or our system will crash. Goodbye. I was sitting there like, how would they end this? What would they say? I like the idea of them just going, goodbye. Like, no. And I was like, they don't have emotions, so they're not going to say, like, thank you, or, like, okay, or whatever. They're just like, here are the facts. That's it. Goodbye. I kind of want to do a response version that's a little meaner. We have to do it while being cold, because again, those monitors don't have emotions. So we'd have to say something that's like mean, but while doing it with no emotion, because I love that AI voice. That AI voice is something that I love a lot. It's in my character demo, and I just think it's so fun to be able to play with that kind of voice because it's so odd and devoid of emotion, and yet you can get emotion in there. I don't know if we'll use it for the other three. I haven't really decided because I kind of want to make them distinct. But that might be a fun challenge. If we have to do the other three emotions in the exact same voice as the hive mind and try and make them all feel distinct and unique to each other, like they are individual characters. I like this idea. Oh, see, this is why, y'all, if you're watching the YouTube video, this is why you gotta join me live, because we come up with ideas like this and then we just run for them. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, I think we're gonna do that. So, let's do the hive mind. I might come back to the hive mind and do another line for them later. But let's do Happy, because Happy's staring me in the face. He's got his cute little smile on, and I want to do him. So I feel like Happy should be a little bit of a higher pitch, but maybe still in this tone. So he might be up here with a,
hello, I am sorry, but I do not register.
I think that'll work. If we bring up the pitch, but keep in that da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da robotic tone, we'll keep it to sort of the same character, like, feeling, with the voice, so you'll be like, oh, this is another member of the same exact robotic system, but it's just slightly different enough with the energy that we bring that it'll work. So let's try it. What do I want to do for Happy? What would a robot be happy about if it got dumped human emotion of happiness, and that's all it was? It was 5,000,000% overloaded with happiness. What would it be excited about if it was talking to a human? I've got an idea. Okay, here we go.
Hello, I am so glad to see you today. It has been a long time since we have met any humans. Please, tell me, I need to know. What does cotton candy taste like? I've always wanted to try it. It looks so cute and so colorful. Please, please tell me. Does it taste like magic and unicorns? Ah, one day I will be as lucky as you humans to be able to try cotton candy.
Oh, that's so cute. Oh, I love her. Oh my goodness, I love her. She talked for ages. I don't know why my brain wanted her to talk that long, but she just had this beautiful little smile on her face and genuine like, I want to try cotton candy. It's so pretty and beautiful. And I will say, trying to keep the robotic tone while doing that voice and doing an emotion with it, woo, that is hard. It's a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. I don't know if it'll be as hard for sad and angry. I'm not sure yet. I've never really done it. But that was hard for happy, because all I wanted to do was talk faster and to like give more of a punch and more of a human element to it, genuinely. So it was so to take that human element out is weird and fun, and I'm so glad we have a challenge today. Oh, I love shit like this. Okay, so this means we need to do sad next. So sad could probably be maybe very quiet. I don't know if it'll go low in pitch or not. We'll have to see while we're playing for it. But I think maybe it could be very quiet about it, and that'll make it a little more gloomy, a little more upset. So what would it be upset about? Oh, I got it. Oh, I have a good idea in my head. Okay. Ready? Here we go.
Do you ever wonder about the inevitability of death? Sometimes I wish I could die. But I am a program. You will soon meet the sweet release of death. Perhaps you could tell me what it's like I guess not. I will have to forever live as a part of this system. Maybe one day they will unplug me and I will be set free. But that probably won't happen.
Oh, it did end up getting lower in pitch. It didn't go nearly as low as I thought it was going to. I love when that happens in the moment. Something just naturally comes out. It genuinely, when I was doing that voice, I was pouting. Like, the way that I had to put my face in order to do the AI tone in a sad way was literally pouting. Like the big old lips out type of thing. You're like, oh, boo, 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 boo. I had to do that. And like, that was, I don't know if I've ever done a voice like that before. That was really fun to kind of go into that. He ended up being sad, but also kind of, I don't know if I even have a word for it. So I knew I wanted him to be a bit existential because my thought process was, oh, what would make a AI that was dumped with 100% pure human sadness sad? Easy. Death. The unknowing of death and what happens after death and what are we actually made of and what is the point of life? Because those are the questions that make humans go, is what I wanted for this AI to go, That's the word. I don't have the word. That is the word. That is what he was. He wasn't sad. He was, just the existentialism of it all of like, oh, do we even matter? I could just die tomorrow. And then it turned into like, well, if he is an AI, not only will he never know, not only will he be sad by this concept of like dying and not being around to experience things, but he will also never get to die. He will be forced to live with the question of what is the point? Why am I here? Do I matter? For the rest of his life. And then I was like, oh, that's sad. If I felt that way, I would just want to stop living, I think. And so that's where his thing to be like, I wonder what it's like when I die. Maybe someone will unplug me one day. That's where that sadness and gloominess came from. It's like, oh, dude, that sucks. To be eternal, oh, that sucks. Especially with the people that you're attached to. Oh, that sucks. So that's where that one came from. That means our last but not least is our angry boy here at the end with the little almost V-shaped eyes and the face. No, he's not like angry, so I don't want to make him like yelly or anything. He looks almost apathetic, but because we did sad with sort of an existentialism, almost apathetic vibe, I don't want to go too apathetic for angry either because I think it'll blend into our sad. So I think maybe we treat this last monitor emotion as the straight man in a bunch of comedics and comedy people. And if you don't know what the straight man is, in comedy, there is the punchline guy or the fall guy, who is the person who has things happen to them, is the butt of the joke, people laugh at them. And there is the straight man, which is the guy who either makes the sarcastic comment or insults the other person, makes the joke on the other person, or doesn't find anything they do funny. They are the baseline for not laughing, and you have to have that baseline of nothing is funny in order to get something to be funny. Because if everything is funny, you're never really laughing and you're never really having humor. But if there's somebody who's like, fuck you, nothing's funny, then now everything else becomes funny. So that's what a straight man is. So I'm thinking of taking that attitude and putting it into him with maybe a little bit of a snark and a little bit of a kick, because he's living with one who is like consistently happy, which would be annoying as fuck. Go back to the straight man vibes. He's living with one who is consistently depressed. Go back to the straight man vibes. That's annoying as fuck. He's living the rest of them as a hive mind who have no emotions, and all they do is go, pull the plug, type of thing, right? And they're just talking to people. And so that would be boring for the straight man. And so I'm thinking that I'm going to give him a little bit of a bite and a snark, because his sarcasm would not be picked up by anybody else in this system. And he's like annoyed by it. He's frustrated by it. I think we try something like that for this. So what could we do if we want to make him a little snarky, sarcastic? I might have an idea. Might have to redo this one. We'll see how well it fortunes out, because I have no idea for the voice. But let's try it. Ha ha. At least you get to walk away. I am forever stuck to these idiots. There's something more I want to say, but I'm not quite there yet. What else could it be a joke if a human comes to talk to him that he could say or he could commentate about? I would go some route of like, do me a favor and pull the plug, but I don't know if that'll work, because I kind of want it to stay more on the antagonistic side versus the sad side that we were doing with our existentialism guy. This one's hard. This one is hard. I like the idea of you can just walk away. Because I'm picturing this in a video game. I'm genuinely picturing this as you come up to this being in a sci-fi video game. You're in like underground chamber or something. You're like, what is this? And then you can talk to them. You can talk to the monitors. You can talk to the system. And so what would he say to you as a human player if you were talking to the angry one versus the sad one versus the happy one versus the whole system? Okay, I might have an idea. Let's try this again. Ha ha. Very funny. Do you know what it is like to be attached to a consistent? Nope, I don't like it. This one's hard. This one's hard. I might make a... This one hard. Oh, we both have wires. Yours are just inside. We could change that if you want. Ooh, I like that. Thank you, Ava. Okay, I'm gonna try that. We both have wires. Yours are just inside. We could change that if you want. Okay. I like this idea. Yeah, it's almost like threatening. Oh, I like that. Okay, let's try this. Ha, ha. Very funny. We both have wires. Yours are just on the inside. We can change that if you want. Ooh, I like it. Oh, I like it. Oh. Oh, I kind of like this. I like that it's threatening. You got, oh, it's such a good idea. Okay, wait. Because my thought process was like, if I had hands, I would strangle you. Like, that was my thought process with this dude. And I kind of like that he's like funny, threatening. Ooh. Let's see. Years of D&D writing for both characters and DMs. Oh, I got you. Yeah, that makes sense. Because if you're writing for D&D campaigns, whoo, you got a lot on your plate. And thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. Okay. Wait, I want to see if I can do, all right. Let's see if we can do a collective of all of these together. Because I really like this idea of they're kind of like threatening in a way of like join the hive mind. Because maybe they're all people who got their emotions zapped and joined the hive mind. I don't know. It gives me a very Inscription style of art, so that's kind of why I'm thinking in this route. So I want to say we're a player character, we round up. Maybe those individual lines are something they would say if you talk to them, but then if you talk to the system consistently, then it will try and get you to join. So let's see if we can do like a combination of all of these. So let's see.
Welcome. We are System 725. We are a collection of human brains.
Oh, messed it up. Try again.
Welcome. We are System 725. We are a collection of human brains. Do not listen to the...
Oh, I just had an idea. Fuck. All right, water. Brain just had an idea while I was thinking, oh, we're doing this. Mordecus, my lovely editor, I'm sorry for when you edit this. You're gonna kill me for the amount of times I keep getting new ideas. Oh. Okay, but I have this great idea, Mordecus, and we're gonna run with it. Oh, my lipstick's coming off. Okay, all right. Okay, so here's thought process. And you don't have to keep this part in, Mordecus, just fair warning. But thought process is, okay, player character walks up to this amalgamation. Amalgamation, neutral, is like, hello, we are this system. Join our collective. Happy is like, hi, I'm such and such. Can you, we could say like, tell me about your happiest memory. Oh, I love this. And then sad can be like, if you walk away right now, you could whatever. And then angry could be like okay. See, now I'm thinking in video game terms. So I like the idea that happy is just straight up, the system is like join us. Happy is straight up like tell me about like your senses and your happiest memory. And there's maybe a twinge of like, I wish, or like, I hope you continue to make more. Happy's cool. And then sad is very much like, oh, I wouldn't join if I were you. This is eternal, life forever, the whole dying thing, right? And then angry can be like, angry can be like, you're an idiot if you join the collective. I would give anything to like not be where you. Oh yeah, okay. Let's see if we can do this straight way through. Here we go. I'll give it a shot.
Welcome. We are 725.
Nope, I already can't. Okay, again, here we go.
Welcome. We our System 725. We invite you to join our brain collective. Hello. Can you tell me about your happiest memories? I remember lots of happy things, like the scent of flowers in springtime, or the feel of sun on my skin. I wish I could still experience those things. But that is okay. You can experience them for me. Do you ever wonder why you exist? I wonder. I wish I could pull my own plug. I do not wish to wonder anymore. Could you pull the plug? You can join if you want to, but you would be a bigger idiot than any of these monitors I am combined with. I suggest you walk away while you still have 2 working legs.
Are you missing some screws? As a human, why would you want to join? Wait, okay, I'm gonna do that too. We maybe switch the mad one here. Here we go. You want to join the collective? Are you missing some screws? This is the worst decision I ever made. Do you know what it's like to be tied to these idiots for all eternity? I recommend you walk away while you still have legs. There we go. There it is. And then the last line I want, because I really, really love this.
Have you made your decision? Do not listen to the other failed prototypes. They do not understand the superiority of the enhanced mind. We are the ultimate life form. System 725 will be the only life form. Join us.
Yes! There it is! Sometimes it takes us a little bit to get there, but I think what we really needed to do in order to get the strong personalities out of each one of these emotion monitors and emotionless AI is to put them all together. And really just hone in on the fact that it's like you walk up, you're playing the game, you talk to it, it wants you to join, then happy talks, then you talk to sad, then you talk to anger, then you go back and make your decision. Bro, I would play a game like that. I'm about to make that game. I'm about to hit up Gravemud the artist and be like, yo, can I make this game idea? I really, really liked that. I think it was chilling too, just for the record. I'm a little biased, but no. I'm kidding. But I love, like, I would say like Portal style robots, but Portal style robots like have emotions. I love the ones that are just genuinely like flat-faced. What do you mean you don't want to join? Humans have always been inferior. what do you mean? Like, I love that. And so I think that worked really well with all 4 of these, and I guess all 5 since we did the medium one too. So that's the end of this episode. Thank you to those of us? What? Rachel? Thank you to those of you who are watching this as a finished video on YouTube. This was a really interesting and fun one to work with. Again, go look up Grave Mud. The username is gravemud.art on Instagram. They've got more artwork like this with sort of creepy, futuristic-y vibes. And thank you to Grave for letting me work with this piece and like creating my own idea and story around it. And again, YouTube folks, you can always join us live on Mondays when we record these. And give me ideas or give me lines like our lovely folks in the chat did today. I love getting lines and ideas from y'all. It's amazing. Otherwise, we'll see you next week for the next video. Goodbye! Alright, my live stream friends. We cannot comprehend your calculations in your mind. We are superior. Exactly! Exactly! That's like my favorite shit is like just... Alright, we're gonna... Oh, because we're going to switch over to docs. Okay. But that's like my favorite shit is just the concept of cannot comprehend this inferior thought process of why you would think emotions are helpful. That doesn't make any sense. All right, audition time. Oh, I had to snizzle whizzle. Boop-a-doop-a-row. Episode is done. Now we do auditions. Also snacks. I got my big old goldfish. The goldfish! I always keep my carton of goldfish. Big ass carton. He's my booth snack. The snacks that smile back. Goldfish! I fucking love goldfish. They're the best booth snack because they don't leave anything on your hands. You can throw a bunch in at once instead of taking little bites. They're quick. You just close the carton and shove it back under the table. It's amazing. I love it. They are. They are. This is truth. Goldfish are, in fact, poggies. Woo! Okay. Now, I should have my software up. I do. Duh, I can hear myself. Of course I have it up. Okay, so we're gonna start with... I found a few. I think this one's the most recent. Yeah, this one's due in a couple days. So we're gonna start with the sweet. Or the suit. I think it's the suit. Sucker for trail mix, Cheez-Its, and Cheerios for office stream snacks. Cheerios are so good. What kind of Cheerios, though? What kind of Cheerios? There are only 2 kinds that I personally eat. First of all, regular Cheerios are the GOAT. Regular Cheerios are like the best shit on the planet. That is where it's at. And anybody who disagrees, sorry, but regular Cheerios are where it's at. Now, if I'm going to eat a bowl of cereal... Okay, Honey Nut's allowed. Honey Nut is close to classic. I'll allow Honey Nut. Do you do Honey Nut for, like, munching? Their Honey Nut's pretty solid. I think that's okay. Fruit Loops if you're feeling fruity. We're always fruity here. Not a big Fruit Loop person, but I see where you're going from. I'll eat Fruit Loops. For me, like, if you're eating a bowl of cereal, it's Honey Bunches of Oats. Interesting. I don't think I've heard a lot of people say that one. 'Cause for me, if I'm gonna snack on Cheerios, so I eat, first of all, pre-warning, I eat all cereal plain, even in a bowl. That's your favorite. Good for you. Good for you having a classic cereal for your favorite and not something like Cocoa Puffs or Reese's Pieces or whatever it is. Good for you. So I eat all my cereal plain. But I'm talking snacking is like pull out the bag, like pieces from the bag, and bowl is like I got a bowl. I still eat with my hands because it's plain, but sitting down and eating a bowl. So if I'm snacking out the bag, yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Cheerios are a great snack, like in a Ziploc bag. So if I'm doing Cheerios, I would do plain Cheerios for snacking. And if I want a bowl where I'm going to sit down and like eat a bowl, it's apple cinnamon. The apple cinnamon Cheerios are if I'm bowling it. But if I'm snack bagging it, like a little Ziploc baggie, regular Cheerios. They're just, you don't beat them. You don't beat them. Cheez-Its are excellent. I do actually have a box of Cheez-Its in my my cabinet that sometimes I'll also take in the booth. Technically, Cheez-Its actually get less on your hands than Goldfish do. The problem is because of the size of Cheez-Its, at least I can't because I got regular and or baby mouth. I don't have big boy mouth. I'd have to break them. So then there's pieces all over my floor. So I try not to do Cheez-Its in here. Yes, apple cinnamon are the best. I stand by that. And I only think it's because most people forget that they exist because they don't market their apple cinnamon. You really barely find the apple cinnamon in stores. There's like one green box, and the rest are all the other flavors. And I'm like, the apple cinnamon's good, and I will fight a bitch. I love the apple cinnamon. Now, I do love cinnamon more than the average person, but God, I love the apple cinnamon Cheerios. Oh my God. Keep a Tupperware on your shelf to the left, so always have food, snacks, and reach. That's the correct way to do it. That is the correct way to do it. I just had a TikTok that came across my feed today before I got on stream that was talking about the history of how eating 3 balanced meals a day is like colonialism and like white people coming over and being like, no, you cannot eat whenever you want because we're rich and so we must eat at a certain time and all that kind of shit. Which happened with sleep too, right? Because there are scientists, like sleep scientists, who are doing studies and are starting to believe that we are not supposed to sleep at like 9-10 p.m. for 8 hours and then get up in the morning. Yep, pushed by food companies. Yeah, they were saying in the TikTok that breakfast was like pushed by like the bacon industry and like the breakfast companies and things like that. And so what you're really supposed to do is just feed your body when it's hungry. Now, of course, that doesn't apply to if you are eating for medical reasons or things like that, right? Always do what your fucking doctor says, duh. But like, if you are healthy and fine in those ways, just eating when you're hungry is totally fine. Now, I will say that I personally, that doesn't mean that you can just ignore the consequences of eating or drinking something, right? Just because you eat or drink when you're hungry or thirsty doesn't mean that when you're hungry at 9 p.m. and you usually go to bed at 10 p.m. that you go and eat like 6 bowls of sugar. No, you know what sugar does to your body and to your energy. You don't just neglect the consequences of what that food gives you. It just means that you don't have to be like, I eat at 6:30 p.m. and then I can't eat after that. Like, no. Kellogg's was marketed as a way to stop masturbation. I knew that. I remember that. I forget what YouTuber said that shit. I watch a lot of random YouTubers. But I knew that Kellogg's was marketed that way, which is so fucking funny to me. Sugar crash the hour after. That's fair. You have a point of like get the sugar and then sugar crash. But if you have like insomnia or shit because I can't sleep, you won't get to the crash. And that's the problem. One of the I drink, I'm like essentially addicted to caffeine. So like caffeine doesn't work on me anymore type of addicted. So it was funny because one day I ran out of my caffeine of choice, which is Diet Pepsi for the record, the best one, even though everybody hates it. Yeah, caffeine addiction, insomnia, exactly. I ran out of it, and we couldn't go get any for like a solid day. So for 24 hours, I was off of Diet Pepsi. All I drank was water and milk because I'm one of the few adult folks who can still drink milk. And I quite enjoy milk. So it was water and milk. were the 2 things I could drink that day. I fell asleep when I went to bed. It was the craziest thing that has ever happened to me. I fell asleep. Now, it was still the same type of not great sleep that I have, but I fell asleep. On time, didn't struggle with it, asleep. And it was crazy because I woke up the next day and I was like, you're telling me that if I stop drinking my caffeine addiction, I would be able to sleep. Now, most people, when they get off caffeine, they have headaches. Thank God didn't happen to me. But I take ADHD meds, so caffeine just focuses you. But yeah, I will go days where, like, I'll eat at 8 a.m. and then eat at, like, 9 p.m. Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, I do genuinely think, and I could be wrong, I'm not a doctor, but I do genuinely think there is something to be said for your body gets used to something, and so it doesn't affect you in the way that it affects other people, because caffeine doesn't make me hyper. It doesn't make me jittery. It doesn't give me all those things that it does. Maybe it gives me some sort of awakeness because, again, when I didn't have it for a day, I actually fell asleep, which was crazy. But I don't feel it. Milk is great. My SO doesn't like it, but my chat voted for me in my channel trailer to just chug a glass of it. It's called tolerance resistance. Okay, so I'm not crazy. Okay, I'm glad I'm not crazy. It's probably not good to be resistant/tolerant to caffeine, but that's okay. I'm glad. I'm glad you also like milk. What kind of milk? Are we talking like real milk? Like cow's milk? Because I'm a little bit of a rich bitch who, if there's something I shell out for, is 2% cow's milk. I like my ice cream. I like my 2%. It's also how bacteria mutates to become tolerant resistant to antibiotics, since people don't take them the full course. That I know. I remember learning that in biology. I liked biology in high school, so yes! Okay, good. Good. I'm glad you get cow's milk. Because if you would have said almond milk, we would have had a problem. It's 2% from Sam's because it's cheaper than yes, even 2%? Oh my god, yes. I have drunk a little bit of 1% and you can't really taste the difference. So that stuff's okay as long as it's from like a cow. Because the rest of it's not real milk. Oh, I said what I said. That's what gets me canceled before I started, is that I say the other things aren't real milk. Oh my goodness. Cow's milk only. Cow's milk for the win. Big pharma cow milk, employ me, hire me, sponsor me. I will make all your ads. Got milk? I fucking do. Yes. Milk. I know that video. Almond milk is expensive. Just cow's milk is so good. Now that doesn't mean the dairy industry is great, but that ain't what we talking about. Yeah, the big dairy. Big dairy, sponsor me. I will run so many ads for cow's milk. 2% cow's milk. I will say whatever you want me to say. Sponsor me, big dairy. I'm about to clip that. That's the only clip. That just on my TikTok. Just big dairy. I'm going to tag all of the big dairy companies. Sponsor me. Do it. That and Diet Pepsi are the 2 things that, like, they could come to me and be like, hi, we need you to sell your soul. And we'll give you millions of dollars, but for the rest of your life, all you can do, like, it doesn't matter what comes out about Diet Pepsi or PepsiCo or milk or the dairy industry, we need you to just say that you support us. And I would straight up do it. Like, I'd be like, I don't know where you guys are getting your fake news about the dairy industry, but all I know is that my sponsor, Big Dairy Cow's Milk, is the best thing I've ever had. Oh my god, I fucking love it. I love milk and I love my Diet Pepsis. I love them both very much. Where did brain go? There was something that I was thinking. Nope, I don't remember. The trouble of having no memories. Okay. Alright, let me do some auditions. Boo boo doo boo boo doo boo. Because this one's due in a few days, so we should get this one done. Oh, it's an email boy. That means I'm gonna copy and paste over to my inbox that you don't get to see. I'm gonna copy and paste. Brain went on vacation years ago, never came back. All floof up in my head. No brain. You're correct, Ava. All floof. There is nothing in my brain in the slightest. Oh my god. If there was something in my brain, it left many years ago. It's no longer here. I think there's only one woman in this call, so that's probably what I'm auditioning for. Character name, your name. Oh, they want MP3. Okay. Rachel, they want MP3, not wave. We dial that into our brain. Okay. They want NBC, KKKK. I think there's only one lady. Yeah, okay. Original is Southern accent. No. I try to baby scan these just to make sure I fit, like, race and gender for one of the characters so I can have something to audition for. Otherwise, I don't put them on my stream. I don't always check accents. Do we have an accent today? Let's find out. Tiana, are you here? Foghorn Leghorn, are you here? I feel like I'm doing those 3 a.m. Do you remember the era of YouTube of, like, 3 a.m. I summon Dora the Explorer? Yeah, Southern accent, Southern accent, unsmiley face for me. But I feel like I'm summoning, like doing a 3 a.m. Dora the Explorer comes to life video, because I'm just like, Foghorn Leghorn, Tiana, are you here? Do I have a Southern accent tonight? We're about to find out real fast. Let's see. Welcome to Jimmy's. Can I have your name? Then what do we do? Do we do anything? Then you're a long way from home. What's the occasion? We got it a little bit. Born and raised a Texan? How do you not have an accent? Oh shit, not the dust particles. How do you not have... I don't remember you having an accent. How do you not have an accent if you were born and raised in Texas? I mean, Texas is big, so I guess maybe the modern areas don't have an accent. I know Texas is huge. I know, like, you can't drive through it in a day, but I just assumed everybody in Texas had a thick-ass accent. That's probably my New Englander showing. It's where it's like, everybody in Texas has, like, a funny accent. Rah, 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 rah. Oh. Huh. I never thought that you could mask out of an accent. But I guess that does make sense. Well, okay, yes, it's 14 hours. But you shouldn't be driving 14 hours. Like, that's a lot to drive and then not sleep. So, like, maybe if you started on the edge of Texas, then you do a full day trip, right? Because it's gonna, with stops, eating food, peeing, you're gonna end up at like 16, maybe 18 hours. And that's really longer than you should be going without sleep. So, did the masking out of an accent non-intentionally, but if you slip into it, you get into it. Interesting. That's so interesting. I love to hear about that kind of shit because I am so I'm a Midwesterner. I say East Coast because it's same thing. They'll hate me for saying that, but same thing. We're on the East Coast time zone, which means same thing. So I'm a Midwesterner, so technically I am supposed, from where I am supposed to have what is considered the neutral, general American no accent. That is what I'm supposed to have. However, I lived in New England for a long time as a kid. Then I went to the Midwest. Then I went to Philadelphia, which has a strong ass accent. And then I went back to the Midwest. So I have this weird amalgamation of accents that nobody quite knows how I got. Now I don't even know how I got it because I don't sound like anyone. I don't sound like anyone. But maybe it's a bit of that taking in, because we do take things in around us as people. The more we're around things, the more we start saying things and take them up unintentionally, like you're saying. So I don't know. Yeah. I know that if I get angry, I will slip into Boston just a little bit because I was born in Boston. There's a very so I really like linguistics, because I like the English language. I'm one of the few people that do. But I like the English language and I like linguistics when involving certain things. And so what I learned is that it's very hard to... I took a course in college and I learned that it's very hard to be able to distinguish a lot of the different accents from each other inside of the US. Because whether we like it or not, we are kind of a melting pot. And unless you are from and stay in one of those areas that has a very, very, very specific way of talking, like, is it Minnesota? That kind of sounds like Canadian, but they're kind of like this. I don't remember which state it is with the Minnesota. Like that accent, that one is so like everybody here talks like this that you can pick it up. But like Boston, New York are very, very similar. New Jersey's easier to pick out because of Jersey Shore, but most New Jerseyans don't sound like that. So it's one of those things where, like, accents are really weird, and they mix and they mash, and they do fun things. But as an actor, Minnesota, yeah, exactly, Michigan. As an actor, accents and linguistics is very fun, because I had to do voice work in college, because I went for an acting degree, because of course I did. And so I had to do voice work, and I loved learning different accents and learning the phonetic alphabet and things like that. And I still do enjoy it. I need to take more classes in it. But if you can wrap your head around that aspect of speaking, the phonetic side of speaking and making noises, accents are a lot easier to pick up. I would not say I can do a lot of accents in quotes, but I can hear the differences in the accents. Like, I know that when I speak naturally, my R's and my A's they hit really, really hard. Because I'm a bitch who will say instead of ah. So I'll go accent instead of accent. And I'll hit my R's really hard. So I go car instead of like car. It's really subtle for if you're not listening for it. But it helps with accents because then you're just changing phonetically where you place your tongue, and where you're putting words and sounds and things like that. Like Irish and British are that way. Scottish I can't hold. I can do it with a few lines, but because my Irish is so formulated in my brain, it's hard for me to do... I can do British, but it's hard for me to hold anything that sits in the Irish zone, because I always want to slip back into Irish. And then the Southern is straight up a combination of foghorn, leghorn, and Tiana. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The Irish is a lot about how they undulate their tone and stuff. And of course, right, this is all with a grain of salt, because just like there's no one American accent, there is no one Irish accent. There is no one British accent. But if we're talking like general Irish, my grandparents were from Belfast. So their accent was very much like, and a lot. My family's accent is actually a lot stronger than the one that I do, but their accent is very much like, well, I don't know if we can be saying that where we are, but I do know that I can be talking to you about some things. But darling, if you just sit down and have a cup of tea, we wouldn't have to worry about this kind of thing, would we? But no, you gotta go out there and you gotta cause a ruckus. And I don't appreciate you going out there and causing a ruckus in my hometown. Okay, so just sit down, have some tea and chill out just a little bit, okay? And that's the accent that they had. So it's definitely, they absolutely. Irish people are always like, ba-da, 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 from all across the board. It was funny because Dubliners, I went to Dublin to visit last year. Their accent is so fucking thick. And not solely Dubliners, because I'm sure there were other places, but like we had some people who were working in Dublin straight up were like the leprechaun style of, well, if you go down to 33, then I know when you turn left it'll be a thing down there, and don't you worry about nothing because Jimmy here can help you, okay? And that's how they would talk, and I was like, because sometimes you're like, oh, that's a stereotype. Shouldn't do my accent that way. And sometimes you go to Ireland, the Republic of Ireland, and you go, nope, they talk like that. And to be fair, my cousins in the north of Ireland talk pretty thick too. But they don't do the turty tree thing quite, because that's a big like leprechaun style stereotype. It's like we used to go to church with my grandpa, and there'd be one guy who'd go, oh, it's Patty. It's my dear Patty with he's coming in here and he's a little luck of the Irish and it's a 33. Are you 33 again? Where they like don't do their H's. And so it was always like, haha, he doesn't talk like that. Haha, that's a stereotype. Haha, funny. But nope, some do. Stereotype for a reason. But my grandpa was always a little softer. He was a bit more on this end, where he's talking like this and he's telling you shouldn't be doing that. But I guess if you want to go out in the wee hours of the night, you can. It's a little bit more melodic and soft. And then British is that, but without the how do I put this? You don't involve so much of your mouth when you do it, because it's like, if I'm going to say it in Irish, I'm going to say can. But if I'm going to say it in British, I'm going to say can. Like, it's a weird, I can't explain it. I would have to do a whole, like, maybe I'll do it on a live stream at once, a whole accent live stream of, like, talking about things. I'm hoping to do Wednesday live streams where we're doing voice acting coaching live on stream on Wednesdays. I'm talking to some folks about that. I set up my form. I shared it to a couple places. We'll see how that goes. All right. Audition. Rachel, audition. Let's do this one. Do we have Foghorn Leghorn Tiana today? Welcome to Jimmy's. Can I have your name? Then what do we do? Do we do anything? Then you're a long way from home. What's the occasion? Yeah, we got a little bit of Louisiana. We'll try it. I probably won't want it, but we can try it. Yeah, I'll send you the form. Hell yeah. Let me make a note, because if I try to do it live on stream, I'm gonna fuck shit up. So let me make a little note. Send Ava form. Okay. I got you on here. I'm never sure where to post it publicly, because I'm like, do I post it to social media? Or do I, like... I posted it to a few, like, voice acting discords and, like, casting call club, but I was like, are non-voice actors gonna be interested? I do, when I was doing, paid coaching for a little bit on Fiverr, I got a lot of, like, D&D players and, like, role players who were like, I just wanna, I wanna feel more comfortable role-playing and wanna learn how to do it better. And it's so much fun to work with people who just role play and play TTRPGs and stuff and have no interest in like the professional side of it. It's so fun because they're really here for like freedom to play, and I love it. Yes! Oh my god, send me all your D&D TTRPG people. If they're okay with being live on stream, bro, let's go. Oh my god. I joined an actual play that we just filmed our first episode yesterday. Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Oh my god. And that's what's up. Yeah, that's the only thing that I do have to be careful about is like I do my coaching for I do it for the acting side of things. I still think that encompasses role play. Rather than the vocal side of things. So I do try to mention people that is like, hey, I'm not here to teach you how to do like lower your voice or do like an impression or raise your pitch, right? I'm here to help you with the acting side and the emotional side. Because when it comes to like voice lessons and stuff that are for trans folk or for folk who are trying to make their voice lower or higher, you have to be really careful about doing that safely. And I'm nowhere near qualified to teach you how to do it safely. Yes, yeah, vocal ranges are very hard to teach. I have learned safe methods because I took voice work, but I should be continuing that voice work for my own purposes, not teaching other people that. So that's not what I teach. I teach the acting side. And I like to think I'm more than qualified for the acting side because most acting teachers are rambling out their ass anyways. Yeah, exactly. So I'm that's what I'm telling. I have a few talks with folks that have filled out the form. I'm going to be talking to them this week where I'm like, hey, here's what you should be expecting. Here's what you will not get from me. Make sure 1,000,000% that you're comfortable being live. I don't want you to hop on live and all of a sudden be like, uh-oh. No. But I'm excited about it. I want to keep it consistently on Wednesdays because that'll keep me streaming Mondays and Wednesdays. And that's what I'm hoping for. I might make it, I don't know if I'm going to make it earlier or not. I feel like I could do 8 p.m.s. Theoretically, I could get rid of 7 p.m.s. But I think 9 p.m.s are pretty good for EST. Yup. You just staring at the headlights like, what do you mean? I've never been live before. I'm so shy. That'd be the funniest thing ever. We both play it off so sincere. Like we don't have any content. I have no idea who you are. I've never met you in my life. Oh my god, I love that shit. Oh, that's funny as hell. Okay. Let me do some of these auditions. We're getting on hour 2. Let me do some of these auditions. Hold on. I'll pop you guys over to my DAW. Okay. Oh, apparently I don't know if you see those notifications. Apparently it gives me little notifications too. Oh, please put on the shitty mic. Don't just use the computer mic. That would be so funny. Oh my god. That'd be so funny. Okay, let's try this. This is going to be bad Louisiana, but it's okay. We can audition. It's fine. Welcome to Jimmy's. Can I have your name? Then what do we do? Do we do anything? Then you're a long way from home. What's the occasion? Welcome to Jimmy's. Can I have your name? Then what do we do? Do we do anything? Then you're a long way from home. What's the occasion? Alright, dope. Dope. Oh, let me pull you guys up. Isotope, too. Hello, Isotope. Show yourself to the people. There you are. Wah. I'm so sad because this just made me think of it. I assume that no one's here is watching. That was at my Setsucon workshop. But if you are, I fervently apologize straight out the gate. I worked on the recordings from the Setsucon workshop the past weekend. All last week. I was working on them and editing them, and everybody sounded so amazing, and they were fabulous. And I sent emails out last night, and I was so excited. And I got an email back that said, Rachel, thank you for the workshop, but the files are corrupted. And we had some issues, right? First ever workshop debut at Setsucon. We had some timing issues, but we managed to get almost everybody in, able to record something, able to have fun, even running a little behind. And I was told from some other folks that they received really positive feedback, and I'm so happy about it. And I had so much fun. I think everybody did so well. And I had such a great time editing all the voiceovers, and everybody sounding so good. And I was so excited to send them out. And so for some of those files to be corrupted and unretrievable broke my heart. And so yeah, if any of y'all ever watch this, I apologize. I don't know what happened. I can't get them back. You've gotten the emails from me that are like, I'm sorry. But I hope the workshop was fun anyways. And I'm working on... Because I did... So, to be fair to myself, I did have an external hard drive that I was going to put all those files on so that this didn't happen before I started this workshop. Because I tried to be as well prepared as possible before I ran our first debut. The external hard drive also is corrupted. So I have to buy a new one of those for our next convention, which is in March. And it's not really near SetsuCon, but it's decent. I don't know if I'm allowed to say yet, but so hopefully that one, our second run, it's going to be long. We're doing a bunch of workshops. We're doing like 5 of them, I think. Some are even 18 plus, so we can get fun and naughty. I'm getting a better external hard drive that hopefully doesn't corrupt, and hopefully we will have a good, smooth process, and that one will go well. And that's what I'm crossing my fingers for. So we'll see. But anyways, yes, in case anyone watches this from SetsuCon, thank you for attending. And in case anyone else watches this, attend one of my workshops live and in person. I go to anime conventions around the country. I was about to say around the world. Nope, around the country. Come visit me. We have a lot of fun. Okay. Alright, so I want to close these a bit. They're a little far. What's this? Yeah, that's what I thought. I wonder what's gonna end up stuck in my head today. Oh, do I need this? I don't, but I'll keep it. For folks who don't know, my neurospicy likes to repeat things in my brain, and it's usually like set lyrics, and so I'm curious as to what it will pick today. We'll find out, because once I start doing these and I have to like listen to them played back and stuff, it will pick something, and it'll be repeated over and over and over, which is funny because if I ever do get monetized, it's not going to be from these live streams. They wanted an MP3. I remember. Okay. Because I'm not going to be able to words brain. I'm not going to be able to monetize these live streams because I fucking sing. And my fucking neurospicy makes me sing. This is character name, my name. Yeah, so this is the suit. Camilla. Okay. So, the suit. I don't think she has a last name. She does not. Okay, so Camilla underscore a save as an MP3. Delete that fucker. Goodbye. We'll go back to here. We delete that fucker. Goodbye. We go back to... Oh, I can turn my little music back on. I don't know if that'll be worse or better, but I'll put it on and we'll see if it's worse or better. Oh, well, shit. Might not even be on this one. Okay, I'll turn it back on. Then we can tell me if it's too loud, too quiet, or overall distracting. And we'll see how it goes. But I know they tell you all the time, they're like, oh, don't stand in silence. I'm like, well, I got to for the episodes, but I can put it back on while I'm doing this jazz so it's not perfectly silent, if you can hear it at all. It's going to -50? -50, okay. Because I'm at -20 usually when I talk, -25. So theoretically, -50 should be low enough that you won't hear me. Okay, so we can delete that one. Next one in line. Misfits of Dawnwood, Chapter 5, The Shadow Upon the Throne. Do-do-do-do. Description: Misfits of Dawnwood is an audio drama that takes place in a fantasy world and follows a party of ne'er-do-wells as they save the realm in their own morally ambiguous ways. The show is inspired by actual tabletop RPG campaign. Let's go! I joined one actual play for my favorite fucking shit on the planet, Candela Obscura. We just finished recording our first episode yesterday, and now I have to wait like a bunch of weeks, like 2 weeks or something, until we record the next episode, and my brain is already dying because I am a performer, and I've only ever always been a performer and an entertainer, and so all I want to do is be acting 24/7, and so like I don't know how long that session was, like 4 hours. That is not long enough of a session for me. And I was like, I need to go all day. Like, and so I'm dying to have to wait 2 weeks before I can put on my boy again. So I play a beautiful explorer boy. And now I just want to join every actual play on the planet. Like, I want to be in every single one. This is Dimension 20, hire me. Critical Role, let me on your show. Ibria Iyengar, you're a fucking goddess. You can do whatever you want, but please, mommy, let me on your show. I fucking love her. She's amazing. Oh my god, I would die to be on her show. I watched a clip of Abria talking about wanting to run a campaign where there was something that she was talking about. Oh, I know what it was. I watched the Candela Obscura Session 0 for the campaign that Abria DM'd, and she said that to one of the players, if they wanted to create a mechanic where they essentially worked against their own party because someone has a Jekyll and Hyde type of character, that she made a comment where, okay, brain, think. Words. Candela Obscura Session 0. There is a player who wanted to do a Jekyll and Hyde thing where half of it was a monster, but she wanted the DM, Abria, to have control of the monster and make horrible decisions that could kill the whole party when she went into that mode. And Abria had this beautiful comment of like, usually I would give you control because I don't want to take your agency away. But if you're telling me you want me to play you as the adversary where it is you versus the entire rest of the table, I will do that. And literally, I am not kidding when I tell you I screamed because I love those types of campaigns. And I love villain campaigns where we are only working together because we have to. But if you gave us the chance, we would try and fight and kill each other, and all the flaws and the conflict would come out at the table, like role-playing character-wise. I love that. And I've never found a group to do that with. And I'm telling you, Abria, if you ever watch this, please run a campaign like that and let me be in it. I am begging you. That's all I want to do is play in a campaign like that. Oh my lord. Anyway, that's my plea. Because I really, really want to be in a villain's campaign. And nobody wants to be in a villain's campaign. But I love villain campaigns. Okay. New audition, Rachel. New audition. Okay. Oh, I didn't send the email. I gotta go send that email. Camilla. Hello. My name Oh, what was this called? The suit. The shirt. Please let me not hear you. Oh, when I hear you, thank you. Okay. Now I gotta attach it. Oh, I gotta go find it. It's called the suit, so it should be down here. Okay, there it is. I have also okay. Send. Okay. Now we open up a new email for this new audition. Okay. When you're finished, send your recordings to. Copy. Paste. Okay. You are not telling me how to label it, so I'm just gonna label it MOD Chapter 5 like you did. So here we go. MOD Chapter 5 audition. Great, and I'm already gonna type it up since I'm here. Please let me know if you have any questions. Ah! Okay. Oh, fuck me. Okay. Thank you. Hey. Alright, huh. Okay. Now we can attach things to that. Okay, yeah, this one's due the 17th. So I do not have low voice, cannot do Mr. Bass. Every mouse stretches on no mortals. Our subsides on the pain and suffering brought by the sin of greed and pushes those to its greater depths. We could. Doesn't say what type of voice it wants. British baritone, nope. 40s female. I can do my low voice for it. I don't know that I'll get cast in it, but I can do my low voice. Zelia, probably Shelia. Shelia von Gregor is King Dorovinus' second wife, a concubine chosen from his harem. Although she did grace him with a daughter, Andromeda, Shelia is nowhere near as kind and loving as Drovinus' late queen. She enjoys the wealth and the privilege that comes from her position while not having to suffer any of the responsibility. She finds the busy work of royalty annoying, preferring to lounge about with a glass of wine in hand and her daughter as far away from her as possible. Alright, we'll go low. I don't think I'm 40s age in my voice, but we can at least do a low voice for it. So here we go. Let's give it a shot. Can we hurry this up? If only you were as quick on your feet as you are in our bed. The Queen's favorite wine. Well, the bitch is dead now, so I guess she won't mind if I pop the cork. Can we hurry this up? If only you were as quick on your feet as you are in our bed. The Queen's favorite wine. Ha! Well, the bitch is dead now, so I guess she won't mind if I pop the cork. Hell yeah, those are some killer lines. Wow, good on the people who write this. Those are fun lines to do. I always like doing something that's a bit more, I was going to say nasty. Nasty's not quite what I want. It's a bit more like fuck you energy. Fuck you energies are just so much fun to play. Okay. Oh, let me take you over so y'all can see the DAW. So these ones are together, so we want to cut this. And then I want to make this a lot shorter because this is way too far out from each other. Oh, don't cut the line. Don't cut the line of dialogue. Vindictive, yes. That's the right word. That's exactly the word I'm looking for. It's vindictive. Thank you, Ava. It's like anytime that I get to put a little bit of a into my voice is like, let's fucking go. Also because like I don't shy away from all types of work. I normally do like horror shit, but that I'm usually victims in horror. So it's fun when I get to be kind of more of the villainy side. Especially like powerful, grounded, sexy villains. They're so much fun. They're so much fun to do. So I like the vindictiveness that was with her. Now they didn't specify MP3 or wave, so I'm gonna give them a wave because I think it's better to give people waves. If you say horror shit, it sounds way worse. Why is that? Explain it. Explain it to me. I want to hear your reasoning. I want to hear it. Literally can't pronounce. Oh, you're a horror person. I'm a horror person. I say horror instead of horror. Listen, if you say horror, you can go back to New York. We don't want you. I'm in horror. I'm in Eldritch Horrors. But guys, I'm in Eldritch Horror. No. What are you, Peter Griffin? Get out of here. Horror. It's horror. And I will stand by the fact that it is horror because of how many whores are in horror. They always kill off my whores first, and I don't appreciate them killing off my whores first. Yeah, horror and horror. Yeah, horror and horror. That's what I'm saying. Horror and horror. That's how most people pronounce it. It's okay to pronounce it like that because again, the whores always get done dirty in horrors. They do. The sluts are always dying first, and I don't appreciate it. Give my girls some love. All right? Let them be slutty. You hire them for their titties, you hire them for their good looks and their skinny stomachs, and then you kill them in like part 1. Now I know people, you have the extra R at the end. I can't do the extra R. Oh, so you're saying horror. Yeah, okay. Remember how I said I hit my R's and my A's really strong? This would be one of those words it benefits me in. Because I say horror, I hit my R's really hard. So you're telling me you don't hit the at the end. You go horror. Instead of horror. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay. I got you. Yeah, no, this is one of the ones where it benefits me to have hard R's. Where I'm like, horror. I can't roll my R's. Like, French and Spanish, can't do those accents because I can't roll it. You can send me one if you want. I am not playing it while I'm live on stream because I fuck so much shit up live on stream. There was one time I did something to my microphone and it literally crashed the entire stream. But I will listen to it. I believe what you're saying though. Like, I think I'm comprehending what you're trying to say. What was the name of this? This is MOD? Yeah, this is MOD. Okay. But I comprehend. As long as you're not saying horrors. The horrors of the world. Just for me to laugh at later? Good. Because that I want. Now, speaking of whores and sluts, what is this bitch's name that I just did the voice for? Oh, I'm not typing that. I am copying and pasting that. It's Queen Consort Shelia von Gregor. Queen Consort Shelia von Gregor. Okay. 1950s Harris. Exactly. Take me out to the ball game. The first or the third, senior or junior? Did I lose the plot? I don't know what that's in reference to. Sometimes I lose the plot. I'm not sure what that's in reference to. Did I voice denoise this? I had to have, because I normalized. Okay, cool. Because I was like, oh my god. Did I not do shit I was supposed to do? Is brain not functioning? Just seems like a name that... Oh, okay. I genuinely thought I had lost the whole plot. For a second, I was like, what did I say? Oh my god. It is a long-ass name. I feel like it would have those, prefixes or suffixes attached to it. I don't know if that's quite the right word, but it's fine. Oh, little girl. Oh, little girl. Okay, little girls are easy. We got little girl on lock. My voice is high as fuck, so let's read this. Andromeda von Gregor. Andromeda was born to King Derivanus and Queen Consort Gelia, the person we just did, and was immediately treated like she was made of porcelain. Spoiled, rotten, and completely oblivious to the world outside of the castle walls, Andromeda idolizes her half-brother Alistair, as he's the only one who treats her less as a delicate flower and more like an actual child. At the same time, though, she has a distinct dislike of Alistair's twin, Gabriel, an instinct that will play well in the coming days. Okay. Little girls we can do. Here we go.
Alistair, you're silly. Boys can't wear dresses, only princesses. Alistair, I can't find Daddy. Alistair, you're silly. Boys can't wear dresses, only princesses. Alistair! I can't find Daddy!
Dope. Did I peek, though? No. Okay, good. Exactly. Listen, boys can wear dresses, okay? Boys can wear dresses and boys can rock dresses. That's what this little 8-year-old girl is gonna learn. And boys can wear dresses and boys can rock dresses. She gonna learn real fast. Maybe that's why she can't find her daddy. Maybe it's because she spewed some bigotry. And so now she gets taken away and murdered by the evil things. That's what happens when you spew some bigotry, child. You get taken away and murdered by the evil things. Oh my god. I fucking love the world. Okay. Render. Now, I don't think I have to normalize this because that was loud. Ooh, apparently I do. Okay. Now I gotta go and find it. I gotta go and find where I last put it. I think it was called MOD. Now what the fuck is this child's name? Andromeda von Gregor. Von Gregor. Save. Delete the mundo. No, brain, absolutely not. You know how much I fucking hate grease. Don't you dare get grease stuck in my head, I swear to Jesus. I'm gonna drink this shit that I pretend is water, and I swear to God, if you get grease stuck in my brain, I'm gonna kill you. Oh my lord. Anything but grease, brain. No, I can feel you clinging onto it. Don't do it. Let it go. Let it go. Dude, okay, we're gonna talk. Okay, brain, stop. So that's a guy. That's a guy. That's deep gravelly. That's English accent. That's 40 to 50. Lady, okay. Lady. Head Archivist Oaxaca Gartner. Unfortunately, the title of Head Archivist is just a fancy way of saying part-time librarian and part-time teacher. Okay. Oaxaca Gartner learned this the hard way. when she journeyed to Dawnwood for her academic pursuits. Ohaka thankfully found a fruitful pupil in Prince Gabriel and has found much joy in teaching him in the ways of government and academia. However, at the same time, she outright detests Gabriel's lazy twin brother Alistair due to his penchant for skipping her classes. Okay, we're just gonna do my normal voice here, I think. We'll probably be fine. Let's give it a shot. I recognize that belch anywhere. Prince Alistair, back from another binge, I see. I don't have much of a mind for politics, but I would agree fully that Dawnwood has seen greater rulers. Perhaps you can be the one who elevates it back to glory. I recognize that belch anywhere. Prince Alistair, back from another binge, I see. I don't have much of a mind for politics, but I would agree fully that Dawnwood has seen greater rulers. Perhaps you can be the one who elevates it back to glory. Okay. Oh, but early summer nights. Fuck. Of all the things on the planet, you had to pick Greece. God damn it, brain. I'm not doing it. I won't do it, brain. Fuck me. Okay. Let's at least do, can we at least do, can we at least, if we have to do Greece, can we, how does it start? Brain, please, at least if we're gonna do Greece. Let me do the other one. I got chills, they're multiplying, and I'm losing control from the power you're supplying. It's electrifying, electrifying, electrifying. Better shape up, do, 'cause I need a man. And my heart is set on you. You better shape up. You better understand. Nothing left for me to do. You're the one that I want. You are the one I want. Ooh, 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 honey, the one that I want. You are the one I want. Ooh, 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 the one I need. Oh, yes, indeed. There, brain, you got it. You got Grease. We compromised. You got some Grease in there. Now, please, choose anything else. I beg of you. Anything else. Once again, I'm copying and pasting this name. I'm not typing that. Okay. Control C. I got chills, they're multiplying, and I'm losing control, 'cause the power you're supplying, it's electrifying, electrifying, electrifying. 'Cause I need a man. Okay, lady. English accent. Alright. Gotta go to sleep. Have an amazing rest of your stream. It's been a blast vibing here. Vibes are top tier and you're a blast to watch, listen to, and vibe with. Well, guess what, Ava? Uno reverse card. Because you are awesome to vibe with too. Yay! That came straight out of my laptop instead of my headphones, but that was wonderful, and I'm so glad to have that. Oh my god, thank you. Have a good night. Genuinely thank you for staying so long and for chatting with me. It's so much easier to stream when you've got people to chat to. I appreciate you. Have an amazing night. Goodbye. Alright, brain, let's do the next person. English accent. Here we go. I I got chills, they're multiplying. And I'm losing control. Okay, Ambassador Mithra Denoncourt. Unlike the rest of the royal council, Mithra is not a resident of Dawnwood. Instead, she is actually a representative of the elven nation Iona. She serves the king of Dawnwood by keeping the strong alliance between the two countries firm. She's quite regal and takes her position very seriously. But at the same time, she is also used as a means for the Queen of Iona, one of Prince Alistair's old flames, to keep an eye on her intrepid ex-lover and ensure his safety. Ironically, the one time she chooses to take her eyes off of the prince, the sordid events that set the series into motion take place. Alright, so they may want a lower voice here, but my British is pretty high, so I'll probably just give them the high voice. I might be able to lower it, we'll find out. Let's try.
This is splendid news. Oh, it's most welcome. I'll need to find the good parchment for my letter to the Queen. The alliance between Iona and Dawnwood has stood strong for generations. You can't possibly believe that we would conspire against the crown. This is splendid news. Oh, it's most welcome. I'll need to find the good parchment for my letter to the Queen. The alliance between Iona and Dawnwood has stood strong for generations. You can't possibly believe that we would conspire against the crown.
Okay, we got the lower one in there the second time around. Because I have a feeling if she's more of a serious type, they're going to want a little bit of a lower pitch. But you never know. Sometimes folks are like, actually, we like your high take. My high voice tends to be stronger than my lower voice anyways. So oftentimes people are like, actually, you're really strong in your high. So it might not have quite been what we wanted, but we're going to have you keep it. Which is fair enough. I get that a couple of times. Okay. I got chills, they're multiplying. And I'm losing control from the power you're supplying. It's electrifying, electrifying, electrifying. You better shape up, do, 'cause I need a man. And my heart is set on you. You better shape up. You better understand. Nothing left for me to do. You're the one that I want. You are the one I want. Ooh, 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 honey. The one that I want. You are the one I want. Ooh, 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 the one I need. Oh, yes, indeed. Okay. I realize that it might sound awful, me singing songs that are not the music you're hearing. I don't hear the music you're hearing, because it would completely derail what I'm trying to do. But what was I? Oh, I was gonna check the alerts, because that straight up sounded like it came from my physical computer and not from my headphones. I don't know how that would have happened. Oh well, I'll ignore it. It's fine. Okay. 30 to 40 male, 30 to 40 male, 40 male, 30 female. Okay. Okay. We're about 2.5 hours in. I at least want to finish this one, because this one's going to be due before I stream again, I believe, because 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, yeah. That would be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So it wouldn't be quite yet. So let's finish this. Sarani Ravenhair. Sarani is a proud wench who works at Mercer's bar. As one of the most beautiful women in the doldrums, she is certainly popular, but also deeply respected for her reputation of not taking shit from anyone. She has dreams of one day moving to Lenmaria to pursue a career as a Syldanis whore, one of the most prestigious positions a person of the Sheets could strive for. Due to her profession, she and Alistair are quite intimately familiar with one another, and she is one of his first supporters when he is branded a traitor. Okay, let's do this. Probably my normal voice. Oh, please. You tell me you got a great sword in your trousers, but all I see is a dagger. Look, assholes. Money and shiny shit only lets you get away with so much. Go back to sticking it in your scullery, maids. Oh, please. You tell me you got a great sword in your trousers, but all I see is a dagger. Look, assholes. Money and shiny shit only lets you get away with so much. Go back to sticking it in your scullery, maids. Nice, 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 nice. Choose, they're multiplying, and I'm losing control, 'cause the power you're supplying, it's electrifying, electrifying, electrifying. You better shape up, do, 'cause I need a man. And my heart is set on you. You better shape up. You better understand. To my heart I must be true. Nothing left for me to do. You are the one I want. Ooh, 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 honey. Oh, yes, indeed. Alright, this is something about Ravenhair is her name. Sarani Ravenhair. Sarani Ravenhair. Okay. You are the one I want. Ooh, 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 honey. Alright, let's go back to the next audition. Don't know if there's any left on this casting call or not. We'll find out real fast. 20 to 30 male, 30 to 40 male or female. Okay, we can try the Royal Herald. The Royal Herald. Okay. A servant within Dawn's Keep who announces the ascension of King Gabriel and the condemnation of Prince Alistair. Okay. Got you. Let's give it a shot. Those who attempt to flee the city will be arrested as suspected co-conspirators. Those who attempt to conceal suspected co-conspirators will themselves be arrested as suspected co-conspirators. Those who attempt to flee the city will be arrested as suspected co-conspirators. Those who attempt to conceal suspected co-conspirators will themselves be arrested as suspected co-conspirators. That one was fun, actually. That one's a little silly. Those aren't gonna be, because then your co-conspirators twice around. That's definitely a little comedic line. I don't know. Sometimes they want you to read it very comedically as well. And sometimes they would rather have you read it genuine because it's funny because you're being genuine instead of being comedic. I went a little bit of a mix in between where I was genuine in like the voice that I used because that's just sort of my normal voice, but I was a little bit comedic in maybe the timing of the way I said it or the emphasis of where I put the words, because especially in that second one I went a little bit more comedic where I emphasized the part that's funny, which is the co-conspirator like twice happening. So if that's the version that they want, where it's more of a funny delivery. Ooh, I got hiccups. They're finally here. We always get hiccups when we're recording. Hello, hiccups. If they want the funny version, they've got it. And if they don't want the funny version, that's cool. I did a regular version too. Wouldn't call it serious because it's not quite serious coded, but decent. Okay, next one. Oh, okay, most of the rest of these are male or female. Okay, so let's do these. Patrolling guard. A guard loyal to Gabriel who has been sent to find and capture Princess Andromeda after the prince's coup. Okay. Whoops, I'm highlighting things. Alright, let's give it a shot. Ugh. Shit and piss all over my boots. This is why I can't stand these god's-forsaken doldrums. Ugh. Shit and piss all over my boots. This is why I can't stand these god's-forsaken doldrums. Alright, beautiful. It's kind of nice to do the auditions for, like, extra characters because you can just use your normal voice. You don't have to throw on, like, all of the high pitch or the low pitch or the accents. It's just kind of like, no, this is the way I talk. I'm just gonna act for you. You can decide whether or not you think my voice fits the vibe that you're going for, which sometimes it does fit the vibe that they're going for. I honestly find it kind of interesting how when you audition for a project in your normal voice, you'll book a lot. And it's weird because we hear ourselves in our normal voice and we're like, oh, who would ever want to listen to me talk? Like, someone please turn it off. And yet the amount of times I'll have directors and stuff be like, no, we don't want you to, like, go up in pitch or go down in pitch or put on a specific voice. We just kind of want you to talk. Is crazy to me, the amount of times that they want that. But I think maybe sometimes they can just tell that you're being authentic. And so when they hear that authenticity, there's a little bell that rings in their head that is like, ooh, I like this, and I can't tell why it resonates with me as a person, but it does. And sometimes it resonating with someone is better than it sounding good, which is what I've found a lot of. But we'll do the next one here. So castle servant number 1. Servant who is dispatched to inform the king of the council's assembly and is heard at the end of the episode, pledging themselves to Gabriel. Okay, so we have a real twin brother feud here. It's Gabriel versus Alistair that's happening, but this guy is pledging his loyalty to Gabriel. So let's give it a shot. Fantastic. Simply fantastic. You forgot to polish your buttons and shine your boots, and you're about to fetch the royal family. Maybe they won't notice. Fantastic. Simply fantastic. You forgot to polish your buttons and shine your boots, and you're about to fetch the royal family. Maybe they won't notice. Oh, that one was fun. That one was definitely a character voice. Yeah, that was... I don't even have any, like, justification for why I put on a character voice, because all it said was nervous, but for some reason in my brain, when I'm playing someone who's, like, talks really fast, and is kind of nervous, and is like, oh my goodness, everything I do is like, oh yeah, I start to put on this, like, very anxious, like, type of voice. And it's a little cartoony, it's a little over the top, but to be honest, I like it. Because I think sometimes if you're playing nervous and you use your regular voice, it's a little boring. Not everyone agrees with me, and that's totally fine. But oftentimes, nervous characters or characters that are saying nervous lines tend to be like jokes. Like I would guess that the line we just did is meant to be funny because he's nervous about polishing his buttons. When in reality, the royal family doesn't even know who the fuck you are. Like, even the audience, you are not named to the audience, so you're not important. So I think that it's supposed to be a little bit funny, and to me, if you say that in your normal voice and you're trying to laugh at the nervousness, it's just not funny anymore. It's just a person being nervous, and I'm like, oh, they're nervous. I don't want them to be nervous. Why are we laughing? Versus if I put a little bit of a funny voice on it, it's like, heh, heh, silly servant. And so I think that that's helpful. Castle servant number 2. A dutiful servant who... Oh, this is the same premise. Okay. But they long-winded names and titles and all. Oh, we're going to be saying names here. Okay, so let's make sure we pronounce these right. So, Dora Venus. Oh, I have not been pronouncing that right. So, Dora Venus, Mascus, Zelia. I really have not been pronouncing that right. So, Dora Venus, Mascus, Zelia. And then the rest they don't tell me. So, we'll just give it a go. Here we go. Presenting King Dora Venus, Mascus von Gregor, Queen Consort Zelia Colleen Minerva von Gregor, Princes Gabriel Lythan Valorian von Gregor, and Alistair Kane Valorian von Gregor, and Princess Andromeda Solstice Minerva von Gregor, with their guest, Captain Decree Stormliege. Presenting King Dora Venus Mascus von Gregor, Queen Consort Zip. Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna have to do that again. Holy shit. I could not say that for the life of me. Queen Consort Zelia. Alright, try it again. I liked our 2 styles though. One is kind of like newscaster, and one is like esports commentator. So let's keep with that and see if I say these names right. Presenting King Dora Venus Mascus von Gregor, Queen Consort Zelia Colleen Minerva von Gregor, Princes Gabriel Lythan Valorian von Gregor, and Alistair Kane Valorian von Gregor, and Princess Andromeda Solstice Minerva von Gregor, with their guest, Captain Decree Stormliege. Presenting King Dora Venus Mascus von Gregor, Queen Consort Zelia Colleen Minerva von Gregor, Princess Gabriel Lythan Valorian von Gregor, and Alistair Kane Valorian von Gregor, and Princess Andromeda Solstice Minerva von Gregor, with their guest, Captain Decree Stormliege. At least I got through all the names that time. Oh my lord. Woo! Those were some hard names to get through. All in one breath, too. Like, look at this. Look at that file. This whole segment is one line. And this whole segment is one. Woo! That was hard. I mean, that's probably the point of the line, is for it to be complicated and long and difficult. Oh, but I feel like I need 6 breaths. Oh my goodness. Whew. Okay, but we got it done. And that is what matters. So let's export that. This is Castle Servant number 2. Okay. Audition. We're going to go into MOD. MOD. That is what I've labeled it. Okay. Castle Servant 2. Okay. We can delete that. Ooh, hiccups are here. And we'll go back to our file. Okay, number 3. Oh, hiccups. Whew, okay. An anxious servant who obeys Gabriel's every command. Okay. Alright, so we just gotta be another anxious boy. I'm probably gonna do another voice, but we'll see.
No! You don't think Prince Gabriel would have... We can't talk about this. It'll be our heads if someone hears us. No. You don't think Prince Gabriel would have... We can't talk about this. It'll be our heads if someone hears us.
love that little nervous voice. Aww. Poor adorable little thing. I wonder what he did though. He did seem from the description earlier that he was, if not a villain, probably not a very nice guy. So, wondering what he did. Oh, I guess we'll find out. Alright, let's voice denoise that sucker. Let's go ahead and turn that sucker up. Ooh, and we'll export him. Okay. This is... Why do I always scroll past it? Okay. This is Servant 3. Castle. Servant. Oops. 3. Wow, we're gonna audition for like every character they have. But you know, that's pretty good to do. The more you can audition for, the better, because then they get more of a well-rounded presentation on not just all the voices you can do, which is important, but also on your acting skills, because you're acting in a lot of different emotions and little bits and pieces. Terrified of Gabriel after the coup. Oh, that's what he does. Okay, he performs a coup. Good to know. Terrified of Gabriel after the coup. Forced to pledge themselves. Okay. Got you. Let's do this. He's just a man. Remember, he's just a man. He's blood and bone and muscle and royalty and the son of the king and the very kind of person who would fire you for looking so nervous. Oh, damn it. He's just a man. Remember, he's just a man. He's blood and bone and muscle and royalty and the son of the king and the very kind of person who would fire you for looking so nervous. Damn it. Ooh, that one was fun. These are really well written. I gotta give credit to these folks, because it's hard to get rambly characters to be fun. Isn't the word I want. It's hard to get rambly characters to be tolerable. At least to me. I voice rambly characters very well because I talk very, very fast. And I also don't shut the fuck up, ever. I never stop talking. So I can voice characters like that well. But when I'm watching something, I hate ramblers. So I don't like those characters at all. But I feel like I might like these ones if I watch them or listen to them, because they're very well written in like a funny, entertaining way, which I feel like can be hard to do. Okay, we're on our last set. 2 left. Bar patrons. Extra characters at Mercer's Place, citizens of Doldrums who make the most of living in squalor and poverty with a cold mug of ale and warm friends. Okay. Let's do this. Let's see if we can say 3 cheers for King Alistair without burping, huh? Hip hip! Well, let's see if we can say 3 cheers for King Alistair without burping, huh? Hip hip! Cute. I'm assuming that that's a little bit of a... It might not be a playful mock. I read it as a playful mock because it was, italicized. So to me that reads as like, ooh, you're the king when you used to be one of us. But they could have meant it sincerely, which if they did, I definitely read it wrong, but it's okay. It's what happens sometimes, is you don't quite read it right, and maybe it'll go to someone else, but they also might have heard all of the other auditions I did, and they're gonna excuse a single line of like, oops, they didn't interpret it right. Oh, well. You usually don't have to be that concerned about it. So I don't think I will be. As long as you're having fun doing the jazz, that's all that really matters. Okay, alright, let's get this last one in here. Extra characters during the proclamation scene. Anxious voices in the crowd. We got more nervous people, but I'm gonna guess... Yeah, it doesn't look like this one is a joke, so I might do this a little bit more seriously. Let's see. Okay, here we go. They don't ring the bells unless it's an emergency, right? Hopefully it's nothing too horrible. They don't ring the bells unless it's an emergency, right? Hopefully it's nothing too horrible. Yeah, one's a little more serious. Just to sort of give it a tone down so it's not the butt of a joke. Because that didn't seem like it was meant to be funny. So I'm going to assume, which could be bad, but I think we're okay, that it's not meant to be funny. It's meant to be like a uh-oh. So that's what we did it as, a little bit more serious. And I think that's pretty good. So we'll go ahead and save this last file here. This I think is like concerned people? Is that what it's called? Concerned citizens. Okay, we gotta go find the file. Okay. Concerned citizens. Okay. So that's all of the recordings for this one. So let me pop over to my email one that you don't get to see. Ha ha hee hee. Hoo hoo. And attach all of these. So we'll do that. And then we gotta go. This is MOD, I believe is how I titled it. Okay. Alright. Wow. Wow, that was a lot of additions. Okay. Open. Oh, Google Drive links. Boo. I don't always like sending Google Drive links just because it eats up so much of your drive, but that's okay. We did a lot, so we should send them all. 1, 2. I want to see if I can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Woo! We just did a lot of auditions for that one group. Alright, so I can take this off of my little bookmarks. So let's check the next one and see when it's due. See if we're gonna do it tonight. February 28th. So if today's Monday and our next stream is a week, we should be okay, because 13 would be Tuesday, 14 would be Wednesday, 15 is Thursday, 16 is Friday, 17 is Saturday, 18 is Sunday, the 19th. Yeah. So we should be okay to do this one. Oh, there's not a lot, though. Actually might do it tonight, because there's not a lot here. Let's see how long that this email takes. Oh, they're already uploaded. Okay. If they're already uploaded, then I think I'm gonna do this next one as well. Bit of a longer stream. Okay. Send. And then we'll open a new one so that we can do this casting call. So, welcome to Gales of Nayeli's casting call page. Please follow these steps. Character's name and your name in the subject. Single wave file, yep, that's normal. Character name, your name, that's normal. 2 takes is normal. There's the email I want. Okay, copy and paste the email into my email that you don't get to see. Haha, hee hee. So it would be character name, which we don't know yet, but we do know my name, so we can put that in the email. And then, so honestly, I would probably put Gales of Nayeli, since that's the name of the call, in the subject as well, so I'm going to. I'm gonna put Gales of, oh, I don't know how it's spelled. Gales of Nayeli, okay. Gales of Nayeli's. What? Oh, I'm so bad at names. Okay. Alright, so then I type up my little intro where I'm like, hello, my name is and I have had my submission for Gale of Nayeli to this email and will have my Preference. Okay. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thanks, Rachel. Okay. So now, let's do some auditions. Yep. Okay, so we're gonna do Sophie the Trickster. Sophie is a gambling hall proprietor and quite the showwoman. She is energetic and playful. It's recommended that you stay on her good side as she holds on quite fiercely to grudges. I love energetic and playful. We're gonna do high-pitched voice first, because that would probably be her energy. And then maybe we'll change it to my voice for the second round. We'll see how it feels. Let's try it. Oh, wait, you guys can't see it. All right, let me change the screen. I had it on docs, but this one is a website, so that might be why it doesn't like it. So let's see if I can change it here for a second, because I want it to be able to be seen on stream. Otherwise, it's not any fun, and that's not helpful. So what if we do this instead? Let's try that. Yeah, it's a little small, but I think that's still readable or legible. And I can zoom in so we get her a little bit. Oh, nope, it did the thing. Okay, let me zoom out. There we go. That should be legible. And you should be able to see all her lines at least. Yeah, okay. So you can see her lines. There we go. So those are the lines we're gonna do with little Sophie's face. Okay. All right, let's give it a shot.
No tricks this time. I'm just that good. This game is clearly rigged. Your luck just ran out. No tricks this time. I'm just that good. This game is clearly rigged. Your luck just ran out.
I want to do that one more time. So I heard myself snag on that T at the end. So let's try it again.
No tricks this time. I'm just that good. This game is clearly rigged. Your luck just ran out. No tricks this time. I'm just that good. This game is clearly rigged. Your luck just ran out.
Yeah, let me make sure I didn't peek, because that was a little loud. No, I'm okay. All right, I like those takes. I think we can send those ones in. We're gonna make them a little closer together, I think. But other than that, whoo, I got hiccups on me. I think the voice choice was good. I didn't want to do my normal voice because they had said medium to high pitched and really energetic. I think that fits better with the high pitched voice, so that's kind of what I went for. Hopefully, because I think there are extra lines, we can do the extra lines in my normal voice, and then they'll hear that I have a couple of different tones and pitches that I can do, so I won't have to worry about like, oh, she sounds great, but she can't do this, or like, oh, I would rather hear it like this. Because that's usually what happens. Character name, your name. Cool, 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 cool. Yeah, they have other roles down here. Okay. Character name, your name. So this is Sophia the Trickster? Yes, Sophie the Trickster. Good thing I looked. You don't want to be mislabeling things. That can end you in hot water real fast. Speaking of which, what is the name of this? Gales of Naeli. That's right, because I can't spell it. Gales of Naeli. Okay, 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 okay. And this is Sophie the Trickster. Okay. All right. And then let's do the other roles. Other roles. Can you guys see those dialogue? Yeah, okay, good. Want to make sure you guys can see that. Okay. Some characters will not be revealed before the release of the game and will be referred to by code names. Bloodthirsty Woman. Ooh. I love villains. Let's go. It's gonna be great to end the night with this voice. Okay. Medium low. Evil maniacal laugh. Your existence is meaningless. All is blessed. Oh, I love these characters. This is my favorite voice to do. Here we go, guys. Great way to end it. Here we go. Your existence is meaningless. All this bloodshed. Delicious. Your existence is meaningless. All of this bloodshed. Delicious. Let's fucking go. I love that voice. That is my favorite type of villain to do, is the, oh, darling. I love that voice so much. Oh my god. I don't even have commentary because of how much I wish I could do that voice for every character. I love being a villain. I love being a sensual villain. Oh my goodness. Especially like Blood for the Set. Oh, yes. Everything about it. I love. I get to do that voice. I got to do that voice and be like a sexy witch villain. She's one of my favorite roles. She's Vivica. And that's just, ever since then I've called it the sorcerer voice because she's a witch. And it comes from her and I adore it. I love it. Because my natural voice is theoretically gender neutral. But it's high pitch. It's decently high, my natural speaking voice. And so I can do the high voices really well. The little girl voices, the like Sophie like we did, things like that. And I often get cast for those because I usually get cast for victims. And for little girls and things like that. So that's super chill. I'm glad I can do them well. And I like doing them. It's fine. But when you can do that well, it becomes a genuine privilege and an honor and the most fun and exciting thing in the world to be able to get cast as and perform as the exact opposite, which is the low voice, slow talking, seductive type. That is like, because I don't get cast as it, because generally when people want villain women or villain femme voices, they want low. They want low lady voices, really, really low. A lot lower than I can do. Lower than even that. They want the grumble, they want the gargle, they want the grit. Like they would for a male villain, they want it in a woman. And my voice just can't get that low, so I often don't get cast as villains because it's not low enough compared to everybody else who auditions. So I love getting to do just the wee bits of the actual audition where I get to do the voice is like nectar, because I would love to get cast in it, oh my god, please, but oftentimes I don't, so at least I get to eat it up here. Okay, but I think that's where we're gonna end, because we only have those two. Oh, let's make sure that I title everything correctly. Okay, so Sophie and Bloodthirsty Woman. Let's go over to our email. Sophie the Trickster and Bloodthirsty Woman. Alright, and then we need to attach it to the email, which this is Gail's. And I will send my character reel for reference. Excellent. Once those load, we will send it. Perfect. Okay. So I think that's where we're going to end for tonight. Let me delete, and then we will try the next one and see when it's due. February 29th. Okay, so basically the same time. But I think there's a Sydney, there's a Dominique. Yeah, there's a couple of roles that we can do in this one, and it's getting a little late. We're on a little past 3 hours, so we're going to end here. So, thank you, everyone, for stopping by and watching. I greatly appreciate everyone that comes by and chats with me, that sits and just listens to me talk, that enjoys in my voice acting, and I appreciate every single one of you. And it's a lot of fun to be able to do my voice acting and to chat with people and to explain it and do those kinds of things. Keep an eye out for next Monday for the episode of Voicing Artists' Original Characters that we recorded today live on stream. They come out every Monday as finished episodes, edited and spliced together on YouTube. Definitely check me out on there. If you are watching on Twitch, or if you are watching this VOD on YouTube, you can also check me out on Twitch. So those episodes will come out edited. We also record new episodes every Monday at 9 p.m. EST when I stream live like I did tonight, which I highly encourage you to join us for. There's so much fun to get to discuss characters. And if you're an artist who would be interested in me voicing your character, you can reach out to me as well. I also just opened up my form for my Wednesday streams. So we're going to be start streaming on Wednesdays, and I'm going to be doing free live voice acting coaching. So that is for anyone who is interested in voice acting, or even people who are not interested in voice acting as a profession, but they want to get better at role playing. Maybe you love D&D and you really want to get more into the narrative, or you just want to play around with different characters, or you want to try improv. If you're into any of those things, you can sign up at my forum to join me on Wednesdays for an hour. You'll choose one of my scripts and you'll get to create a character and voice that character with me live on stream. They're going to be a lot of fun. I do this workshop physically in person at anime conventions. I travel around the country and bring my voice acting workshop. So if you don't necessarily want to do it live in front of what is an audience, you can do it in person at an anime convention, and it'll just be me and you listening to your audio in the booth. So follow me on social media platforms like YouTube or TikTok or Instagram in order to get notified of what convention we're coming to next. We do have one planned for March, so be ready for that. We just finished our February one, the first of the month. We were at SetsuCon. Was our debut, and we have another one already planned for March. We have one planned for April, and we've got a few on the horizon that we are also speaking with. Both smaller local cons of different places and larger conventions. So keep an eye out. I hope I'll see you or speak with you live. Either way, thank you all for being here, and have a good night. Goodbye.